Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to another telecast of Rodriguez football right here on the Solano College Sports Network. I'm Greg Poff, and in just a few moments, I'll be joined by my fellow commentator, Cameron Anderson, and we've got a great matchup for you tonight as the Rodriguez Mustangs host the Royals from Armijo High School. We are here on the campus of Fairfield High School at Ed Hopkins Memorial Stadium in Fairfield, California. Rodriguez comes into tonight with a perfect 5-0 record. Armijo, on the other hand, comes in at 1-4, but they've had a much tougher non-conference schedule. You all know about Miles King, first-year coaching Rodriguez. He'd like nothing more than to come away with his first league victory of the season. Armijo, on the other hand, also brand new head coach Don Mosley, and there's a great energy about Armijo. There's an excitement about football. Look for this program to grow under the new head coach. Also, tonight for Armijo, you'll get the opportunity to see one of the top passing combinations in the history of Armijo football. Should be a great matchup. Well, Cameron, we've got the Mustangs, we've got the Royals. We've got the opening of Monticello Empire League play, and it's homecoming at Rodriguez. I am pumped up for tonight's game. How about you, Cameron?
Well, Poff, I'm really excited. As you can hear, it is very loud here. Packed stands for both sides, and I'm really excited to see Armijo's Damian Regalado and Eddie Concepcion, as they have been killing it so far this season. A great wide receiver quarterback tandem, and they have been putting up really video game numbers so far. On the other side of the ball, I'm excited to see if the Rodriguez Mustangs can stay undefeated, going 6-0, tying a school record for most consecutive wins.
Well, should be an exciting matchup for you. We'll be right back with the opening kickoff right after a word from our sponsor, James Thomas Media, your one-stop shop for all your multimedia needs. All right, Armijo will be receiving. Rodriguez won the toss. They deferred. That means they'll get the ball to start the second half, kind of like what we saw last week against Northgate, Cameron. Really good crowd on hand, both for the visiting Armijo Royals. Got a packed house here at Ed Hopkins Memorial Stadium. Wouldn't want it any other way for the opening of Monticello Empire League play. Malik Dawson, of course, number 33, will be kicking off for Rodriguez. And back deep, number 1, Kaiba Washington, and number 10, Keshawn Williams. Williams ran back an 85-yarder to start the game last week against Natomas. All right, we are ready for the opening of Monticello Empire League play. Everybody up on their feet. We are ready to go. Malik Dawson set. And it's a little squibber. He gets away from the first Royal. I couldn't see who got it. I think Rodriguez might have got that, Cameron.
It's Demaney Nelson Wilson already with the recovery. And this Armijo crowd is a little silent at the moment as Rodriguez starts the game off with an onside kick. What a spark for this offense.
You know, we saw this last week. You know, Miles King is so unpredictable with his play calling. What a great opening strategy on the kickoff. So Rodriguez, now they get the ball at the start of the first half, and the second half doesn't bode well for the Royals.
Yeah, we've seen Malik Dawson be able to kick that ball downfield and also attempt a lot of squib kicks, but none of them have been recovered so far, as that is the first one I've seen, and a great way to start this game for the Mustangs.
So Miles Meadow, quarterback for the Mustangs. He's in the pistol. It looks like number 11, Malachi Jones, behind him at the running back position. He gives it to the running back. He stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That was Aaron Castro, the linebacker, coming up to put a big hit.
That looks like Keith Gallen in there, the senior running back. We haven't seen him at all since week 2 as he's been hurt.
It was at 2-1 instead of 1-1.
Yep, 2-1 instead of 1-1. Keith Gallen with his first run, his first snap in a very long time, and I'm excited to see what he can do, as it is the first time I'll be watching him in person.
Yeah, Gallen's been out the last couple games. Also, receiver number 6, Donovan Troop, back from an injury tonight. We should see him at wide receiver. That's number 6 right at the bottom of the screen there. All right, so it brings up 2nd and 10. Jamorian Johnson moves over to the near side of the field along with Gabe Betrez, the tight end. High snap. That goes to Meadows. He gets it, but he is dropped for about a 5-yard loss. And so Armijo, 2 good stands defensively.
Bad snap and really tough blocking for the offensive line. It looked like the pressure collapsed immediately, and Miles really had no pocket, no chance to do anything with the ball as he takes the sack.
And you can see there, Armio's got some size up on that defensive line. Number 11, Guy Fortson right there. And then you've got 73, I think that's Elijah Kraft. And then Jericho Johnson, the big sophomore, 77.
Jericho Johnson, massive. He's a sophomore, 6'5", 300 pounds. Wow.
All right, so Meadows ready. It's 3rd and 10. High snap again, and number 11, Guy Fortson. He got there almost as fast as the ball did, Cameron.
Yep, Keenan Jones in there on the quarterback. And again, almost similar to the play before, just zero help from his offensive line and pressured by that Armijo front, and they're eating early.
So 3 and out for Rodriguez. Haven't seen a lot of that, so Armijo off to a good start. We might have a ball game here tonight, Cameron. Wouldn't that be great, especially after the game we had last week with that thrilling victory Rodriguez was able to get over the visiting Northgate. All right, so Malik Dawson back to punt. Wish we could see him. That's kind of a squibber. That's to the near side of the field and goes out of bounds.
Really tough punt for Malik Dawson. We've seen the inconsistency of the punts. He's been great kicking the ball, and as their extra points, he's been solid, but the punts have not been there. You wonder if it's the form or the drop, because these balls are sometimes shanked right or left and not getting the same lift as he does on his kicks.
Yeah, and I think with that one, he might have just been kicking away from the receiver, Kaiba Washington, back there, and just didn't go quite as well as planned. All right, so Armijo takes over. Pretty good field position, 1st and 10. Eddie Concepcion at quarterback. He's going to be looking for his favorite target, number 5, Damian Regalado. He's going to the air fast, and it's a little bit short. Looked like he was going. Was that number 5 over there? No, that was 4. That's King Holmes.
King Holmes, yep. Looked like he was trying to get the screen, a little underneath route right there. And that ball was just short. Not enough mustard on that throw for Eddie.
So Concepcion at quarterback. There you see number 5. That's Damian Regalado. Also, Guy Fortson will be in there. We saw him on the defensive side of the ball. Tight end. And Keyshawn Williams. He's an excellent running back. Excellent speed. All right, Concepcion in the pistol. Rodriguez looks like they might be bringing pressure. Here they come. Concepcion able to get by, but he stopped at the line of scrimmage. I think that was Certeza coming up to put the hit on him from the linebacker position.
Certeza and Malachi Jones over the middle, as it looks like they're running more of a 3-linebacker, 4-linebacker set with Cromie, Certeza, Angulo, and Malachi Jones. And it looked like Malachi Jones and Certeza were both in on that one, as Concepcion tried to run right up the middle and was met, only getting a few yards.
So ball resting right about the 36-yard line. Armijo breaks the huddle, coming up to the line of scrimmage. Concepcion back in the pistol.
Cheerleaders stealing the shot, it looks like.
Here we go. Quick out over there to Washington. He's going to try to get down the sideline. Breaks the tackle. He's got some room and some speed. He might take it to the house. Armijo on the board first. Touchdown, Royals!
And you can hear the crowd roar for Armijo as Kaiba Washington took that to the house, and no one was catching him as he just dashed down the sideline, and that'll be 6 points for Armijo to start this game.
And Armijo could not have asked for a better start, even after losing that onside kick, able to get Rodriguez on a 3-and-out with their opening possession, and then Armijo gets on the board first with that quick touchdown up early in this one, 6-0.
Great mental fortitude for the Royals to come back from that unfortunate onside kick and drive all the way down and score.
And they really struggle with extra points. Last 4 touchdowns, no extra points, and looks like they're going for 2 right here. Ball snapped to Concepcion. He throws it to the far side of the field. He's got a guy. He goes up and he makes the catch. That was number 1, Kaiba Washington, double duty. Put another 2 on the board for the Royals.
Do it all. Kaiba Washington with the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. As we were saying in the introduction, we were looking out for this duo, the quarterback, wide receiver, and they have been lethal all season, just adding stats to that unbelievable record. And we'll see early this game is developing as an early passing attack for the Royals. We'll see if they'll stay on the gas and try to run up the score on the Mustangs.
Boy, and just a really good offensive possession, and I think they expected Rodriguez. They're really going to be trying to stop Regalado. Opened it up for Washington. Concepcion goes there once for the touchdown and a second time for the 2-point conversion. And that's the one thing you're going to see with Armijo. They have got the athletes. It's just a matter of putting it all together and getting that system in place. And I think Coach Don Mosley, who played his college ball at the University of Mississippi, not bad when you get a guy out of the SEC to come coach your high school.
Definitely, and I think one of the struggles we've been seeing from the Royals has been their defense. Their offense has been great, but last week letting up 70 points, that's not great. Your defense has to be a lot better than that, especially against a hot Mustangs offense.
Well, they did well on the first possession. Let's see how they do on this one. Jamorian Johnson back along with Leroy Bryant to receive the kickoff. And here's the boot. It's kind of a low line drive. It stops right before Jeremiah Hill, but 10 picks it up. That's Jamorian Johnson. He's just going to take it down the sideline, cuts back to the middle of the field. He's got one guy to beat and couldn't get by him. What a nice return by Jamorian Johnson.
That looked like Leroy Bryant, number 1, and he has been all over special teams. Leroy Bryant, one of the stars for the Mustangs. He plays special teams similar to Jeremiah Hill and Jamorian Johnson, as they're the speed guys for this offense.
Yeah, and Rodriguez, they have a lot of speed. So let's see if they try to spread it out a little bit more here. Although that last possession, they've got to do a better job up front with that offensive line to give Meadows a little bit of time.
Yep, we've seen the offensive line really do well this season, helping Miles Meadows stay in the pocket and deliver these passes. But early in this game and last week, we saw a struggle from the offensive line.
All right, here we go. Meadows set. 2 guys in the backfield. He's going to pitch it. That looks like Gallen, and he gets up. Nice gain. Breaks it to the outside. Picked up about 5-6 yards on that play.
Keith Gallen able to break a few tackles and gain some yards. It looked like that play was going to get blown up right away, and he was able to get a few yards out of that.
Well, Rodriguez tried running up the middle, didn't work that well, so now they're trying to get their guys to the outside. I think they'll have a little more success, really relying on that great speed. So now you see Meadows. Gallen is back there, along with the fullback 23. Meadows is going to throw it out to the side to Jamorian Johnson. He had a couple guys to beat and couldn't do it. Might have picked up a couple yards, but not much.
Great defense right there from the corners. They're able to step up and stop that play right away. Only a gain of a couple. And this Mustangs offense is starting off a little slow. A little bit of a punch to the mouth from the Royals. And the Mustangs will have to get things going.
Yeah, this will be a good test for them. They had a good test last week with Northgate. They just got to settle down, get into the game. All right, so 3rd and 5. Big third down right here, even though it's early in the game. Meadows set, takes a snap, gives it to Gallen. Gallen finds a hole, gets through. It's going to be close to the first down, but I don't know if he got enough, Cameron.
Yeah. And we'll see what the refs say. I think it's going to be 4th down, 4th and short, maybe 4th and 2, 4th and 3.
Well, I would not be surprised to see who? Number 33 right here.
Yep. Malik Dawson coming out. And the versatility of Malik Dawson is when he comes out on the field, you don't know if they're going to run it or if they're going to punt it or if they're going to kick it. And we'll see. It looks like they're going to line up for a potential run play here as we see Miles Meadows lined up.
All right, well, look for them to give it to 33. Trouble with the snap. I think everybody moved, but the center, Caden DeGilli, I think didn't snap it on the count. So that's going to back them up 5 yards. Boy, bad break there for the Mustangs. And that's been their big bugaboo all season, the penalties.
Yep, huge break. We've seen the penalties take its toll all season, and it looks like they're going to line up for a punt here. I think you have to now with the 4th and longer territory to go. And no, they're going to keep the offense out.
Yeah, they're inside the 40-yard line of Armijo. They're going to take a shot right here. Meadows set in the pistol. He drops back. He's looking for a receiver. Pressure, 32. Medina is on him, and he throws it. It's an interception. I think Meadows was just trying to throw that away, and it was picked off. I didn't see by who, Cameron.
That's number 5, Damian Regalado, the receiver, as we usually see him catching passes on offense, but he'll catch that one on the other side of the ball, lined up as a corner. And as you saw, Miles Meadows rolling to his left, pressured, had a bunch of Royals in front of his face, tried to throw that off his back foot and get that out of bounds. But on 4th down, that play is really similar, whether he throws it incomplete or an interception on that one.
So Armijo up early in this one, 5.5 remaining in the opening quarter. And Armijo's got a chance to put some more points on the board, though. They've got a ways to go. So Armijo's set. Concepcion ready. Keyshawn Williams behind him. And the snap. He gives it to Williams. He tries to go up the gut, but he's dropped. Might be for a loss on that play.
Yeah, Keyshawn Williams looks like the snap was mishandled, and that ball dropped on the ground. He had to dive on it, and we'll see. It looks like they lost a couple yards on that one.
Rodriguez with that solid defensive front. Daniel Childs and Noah Gresham at the defensive ends, and Keshawn Gresham and Malik Dawson, number 33, does it all. They're the 2 defensive tackles. Armijo's got some big boys on that line, too. They've got 2 sophomore tackles, Jericho Johnson and Jordan Brown, both sophomores, big size. This really is going to come down to who wins that battle right there in the trenches.
Yep.
All right, Concepcion set. He's got 2 guys in the backfield. He takes it himself. He's being pursued by Noah Gresham, and he's dropped for a loss.
Big sack right there. It looks like Eddie Concepcion was going with a little quarterback run up the middle, and they were able to see that and read it and get it in the tracks before he was able to get any momentum going forward.
Gabe Petrez there from the other defensive end position as well. So that'll bring up 3rd and 15. Rodriguez desperately wants to stop here. They want to stop the bleeding, get some points on the board. Armijo saying nothing doing. We're off to a good start here. We want to add to that lead. Big 3rd down conversion is necessary for that to happen. Concepcion ready. Looks over the offensive front, gets the hike. Now he's going to throw it up, and it's almost intercepted. Was that Leroy Bryant?
In and out of the hands of Leroy Bryant, and this will bring up a 4th and 15 as it looks like the Royals are going to punt this ball away in their own territory.
Oh, Bryant wants that one back. That's what he's telling his buddy Jeremiah Hill right there.
Yep, we'll see if he can get it back on the kick return, or the punt return, right here, as we saw a great kick return early. And we'll see if he can really break one out and set this offense up with great field position, as we've seen Rodriguez successful with great field position this season.
On that main camera, we'd like to see the punter. There we go, baby. That's Eddie Concepcion, quarterback and punter. And so I think there's a timeout on the field. Is that called by timeout Armijo?
Was that Kaiba Washington lining up as the punter? We saw him lined up deep, number 1, Kaiba Washington.
There was an 8. I know Concepcion is listed as their punter.
We normally see Eddie as their punter. Maybe that was a fake and they knew they were going to call timeout, try to get the defense to jump, because Kaiba has enough rolls on his plate. Sees the kick returner, punt returner, starting wide receiver, and cornerback. I wouldn't put kicking past him, though.
And if they do kick, Rodriguez should end up with pretty good field position. They've had good field position, though, earlier, especially off that opening onside kick. Couldn't do anything with it. All right, let's see who's back there. Can't quite tell.
Kaiba.
Yeah, that's a pretty good boot there, kind of a line drive, and it's picked up by one of the Mustangs, but he stopped in his tracks. Great pursuit there by the Royals.
And a great punt by Kaiba Washington.
He just kicked that, didn't he?
He
Belted
that,
it.
and that was a boot as he gets that all the way to the other side. And Leroy Bryant really had nothing to do with that ball, as it was a perfect bounce right into his hands. But there were already 2 Royals right in front of him, stopping him, so he couldn't go anywhere.
So Rodriguez will take over with about 3:48 left in the first quarter. Ball nestled at the Rodriguez 33-yard line. And they have not been able to do much offensively.
This Armijo defense has been really strong up front, stopping the run and pressuring Miles Meadows, which is the last thing the Mustangs need.
All right, Rodriguez set. Miles gives it to his running back, and he's hit. Man, might have picked up maybe a yard. Boy, that front is doing work for the Royals.
Yeah, that looked like middle linebacker Isaiah Medina, number 32, and he was in, and we don't see Malachi Jones go down on the first hit. You usually see him make a move, get a defender off him, and he'll keep fighting, and that really shows Medina's toughness and ability to take down running backs.
Yeah, Medina and Castro, 2 outstanding linebackers, anchoring this solid Armijo defense. Meadows gets it. He gives it to one of the running backs, tries to get to the near side of the field off tackle, but not able to get much there. It was Malachi Jones with the carry.
Yeah, it looked like a gain of maybe 2 yards, and they're going to be here with the 3rd and 9. Not tough running to start this game, and you know the Mustangs, that's what they want to do. They want to start with the run to set up the pass for Miles, and if the run's not working, this defense is going to bail out on the pass, and they might be in for an uphill battle tonight.
And it's the passing game where they really get to utilize their speed and really spread the field. All right, so 3rd and 9 coming up for Rodriguez. Meadows ready. He's going to give it to Malachi Jones. He bounces to the outside. He picks up a couple yards, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. What do you think, Cameron? Those chains going to move?
Nope, not enough. Looks like they're going to need 3 or 4 more yards, and we'll see if they leave the offense out again on their own side of the field. And we'll see how aggressive Miles King gets here. We saw 3 straight run plays, wondering if he's just trying to catch this defense in a passing formation and can break off a big run. We'll see what Miles does here.
So it looks like they're going to go for it. Meadows in the pistol. Takes the snap, gives it to his running back, gets to the outside. Oh my God, and he may not stop. Malachi Jones, big time run. Mighty Mouse does it again. Get that kid a cape.
Great run by Malachi Jones. He gets to the outside and is able to go down the sideline. The 4th straight run on that sequence, and it looks like finally that defense broke and was looking pass. Great call by Miles King.
Yes, he's so good at keeping the defense on their toes. Never quite sure what they're going to get. Excellent play call.
Now I would predict a passing play, as they've just really been running this ball all day, and I think you can catch the defense off guard with a pass right here. Maybe a play action.
All right, Meadows ready. Gets the snap. Gives it to Damani. He gets to the outside, but not much. Maybe picked up 2 yards there.
Yeah, we saw number 23, Damani Nelson-Wilson on that one, and he was swallowed at the line. Nothing to break there. And we've seen this Royals defense. Their defensive front has really been very strong. One of the strongest defensive fronts we've seen so far. And they are stopping this run right away.
There you get a good look at that defense. Now Rodriguez breaking the huddle. Malachi Jones now in at running back. Petrez motion to the other side. Meadows set. Surveys the defense, takes the snap, fakes it to Jones, drops back to pass, rolls to the far side and throws it. But I think that's out of bounds to Jamorian Johnson. Kaiba Washington there on the coverage along with Damian Regalado.
Great defense by the Royals again as they blanket everything there. And the only option was for Miles to try to throw that ball on the sideline and get a potential toe drag catch for Jamorian Johnson, but it wasn't there.
So let's see what Coach King dials up here. Good field position. Ball just outside the Armijo 20-yard line. 3rd and 8. Meadows ready, takes the snap, gives it to Malachi Jones. He busts it to the outside, and an excellent gain there. Kind of lost his footing there at the end. I think he was a little disappointed. He was looking for pay dirt.
Yep, number 32, Isaiah Medina with the shoelace tackle as he grabbed him by the shoe, and that was enough to bring him down. And that was a huge tackle because, as we know, Malachi Jones, if he gets past that first hit, he can break it loose. With that speed, he's gone.
Well, that's the end of the first quarter. Armijo on top, 8-0. They'll switch sides. Pretty exciting first quarter, especially if you're a Royal fan.
Yep. Very exciting for the Royals as they have not had huge success this year, starting off the season 1-4. And early, I was really harping on their defense being the problem. But right now, in this first quarter, we saw that their defense really led them so far.
Yeah, and they played some tough teams in non-conference play, certainly a tougher schedule than Rodriguez did. So Rodriguez getting a little taste of a team that's just played better competition. So Rodriguez is going to have to step up and get to that same level and get back in this game. They definitely have things going in the right direction here as they are deep in Royal territory to get things started here in the second quarter.
Yep, and it looks like they're going to have to flip everything as it is the beginning of the second quarter, and they will flip sides and setting up a potential 4th and 5, it looks like. And we'll see how aggressive, if this Mustangs offense will stay aggressive and try to pick up this first down instead of trying to kick a field goal.
There you get a look at Jericho Johnson, number 77, talking to the referee. That kid's just a sophomore.
Crazy to see a sophomore at his size, and he has just been all over the middle of the field, stuffing the run, doing exactly what he needs to do.
And he just takes up so much space.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 4th and 4. Big play right here for Rodriguez. Meadows set. That looks like Malachi Jones in the backfield with them. Meadows going back. He's going to throw it to the outside. He's got a receiver. That's Jeremiah Hill. Tries to get to the outside, but he's thrown out of bounds by Keyshawn Williams.
Keyshawn Williams with a huge tackle there on 4th down. And that'll be a turnover for the Mustangs offense. Yeah, and they're calling him short.
Yeah, I think it was a yard short, Cameron.
Yep. He did look short, and it is official from the refs that it is short. So that'll be another turnover. And as we've been saying, this Royals defense has really showed up early, and they've really punched the Mustangs offense in the mouth.
Well, you know, Cameron, I went and visited the Armijo practice field on Wednesday. They had 3 drills going on. You know what all the drills were on?
Defense.
Tackling. Tackling. 3 different techniques. And if you can block, if you can tackle, you can play this game. And we're seeing that demonstrated by Armijo right here. So they'll take over with the ball right on their own 15-yard line. Up 8-0. Concepcion back in the pistol. Williams right behind him. Got receivers spread on both sides. Concepcion gives it to Williams, and he's met at the line of scrimmage. May have lost a yard on that play.
Couldn't quite see that. Looked like a Gresham or Malik Dawson up the middle to stop the run. And we saw the motion from Holmes, number 4, the receiver, trying to catch this defense in a potential passing formation and run it up the middle with a little halfback draw, but it did not fool the Mustangs defense.
Yeah, that D-line pretty solid with Daniel Childs, Kashawn Gresham, Malik Dawson, and Noah Gresham. And that's a big offensive line they're battling. But same last week. Northgate had good size, but it was the athleticism of the defense that really was able to get that defense to the point they were able to come away with a victory, 29-21. All right, second down. Concepcion has it. He's looking for a receiver. He throws it, but it's knocked down. I think that was Gabe Betrez. Baba Louie. Nice play there, baby.
Baba Louie, Gabriel Betrez with the swat right there. Huge as he stopped the screen from developing, and really it looked like that the secondary for the Mustangs were not ready for that screen, as their receivers were going downfield, taking DBs like Bentley Williams down the sideline, and that screen could have developed and really been a huge gain for the Royals.
Yeah, Betrez with that great height, 6'2", able to get up there, get the arm extended. Big time play, as you said, Cameron. Armijo completes that pass. There was a lot of green in front. All right, so it brings up 3rd and 12. And I believe there's a timeout. Timeout, Mustangs. So Rodriguez here at 3rd and 12. Need to get a stop. If they do, they should get pretty good field position. But they've got some work to do here in the second quarter, still trying to get that offense untracked, although much more successful in that last drive.
Yeah, huge 3rd down conversion for the Royals, as this would be a big break early for this defense. And the Mustangs, if they can get a stop here, force a punt, get the ball back around the 50-yard line, I think they're going to be in a good spot to be able to tie this game. But if not, we could see the Royals drive down the field and really start breaking the back of this defense.
Well, they just played last spring. Of course, because of COVID, they delayed last year's season into this year's spring, and Rodriguez defeated Armijo 56-12. So that's less than a year ago, and you can see where Rodriguez might come in feeling pretty good about their chances against these upstart Royals. All right, 3rd and 12. Concepcion has it, fakes a pass. He's got nowhere to go. Now he's being chased to the outside, finally gets rid of it, gets it out of bounds, but I think it's going to be a late hit on Concepcion. That's going to give a 1st down to the Royals if that's the case.
That would be a huge loss to the defense, as they really covered amazing. That was great coverage, as Concepcion really had plenty of time in the pocket and couldn't find anything, and his final route was a dump off to the sideline to really get it out of bounds. Great defense, but none of that will matter, as it is a late hit on the quarterback, and that'll be an automatic 1st down.
I didn't see who it was. Did you, Cameron?
I think that was Gabriel Betrez, if I'm not mistaken.
So that hurts the Mustangs. They would have got the ball back, good field position. Instead, Armijo, fresh set of downs here.
I think some of that comes into frustration, not being able to get the quarterback early, seeing success for the Royals as a defender, especially as a defensive lineman. Your goal is to hit the quarterback as hard as you can, taking out a little bit of aggression on that play.
Yeah, just make sure he has the ball next time. All right, here we go. So 1st and 10 for the Royals. Concepcion set, Williams back with him. He throws it over the head of number 17, the intended receiver, Cesar Torres, who was just added to the roster today.
Yeah, a little high throw right there from Eddie. I'm wondering if maybe the wind had to do with that or just some extra juice. And that pass is incomplete. And it looks like it was covered well anyway. Didn't have really anywhere to go unless he was able to make a couple guys miss and beat him down the sideline.
So Concepcion gets the play call from Coach Mosley. 2nd and 10 here for the Royals. Keyshawn Williams, the running back, right next to his buddy Concepcion. Concepcion, he's going to give it to Williams. Williams looking for a hole, cuts in the middle, then to the near side, picks up maybe 2 yards, and there's another flag on the play.
Looked like Betrez, Gresham, and Cromie all were in on that one. Late flag. We'll see what the refs have to say.
Williams on the carry.
And we haven't called the linebacker numbers too much for Rodriguez.
Yep. Number 5, Trevor Cromie. We got number 24 as Gerald Certeza, number 25, Isaiah Ungolo. And on the right side, we see Mr. Minnie Mouse, Malachi Jones, number 11. Mighty Mouse, excuse me.
Yeah, not Minnie Mouse.
Minnie Mouse, my bad.
All right, so Armijo loses 15 yards on the penalty, so now back where they were, 2nd and 10. Actually, it's going to be more. It's going to be 2nd and 20, I think. Concepcion set, gets the snap. Pressure by Dawson. Boy, and it looked like Concepcion just threw that into the ground. There must have been a run. If there wasn't, that could be the penalty.
Intentional grounding. Looked like intentional grounding to me. And that's huge because it's going to back them up inside their own 10-yard line. And you don't want to be inside your own 10-yard line. A turnover is free points at that point.
So Armijo stopped on that 3rd down play, but because of roughing the passer, they pick up a big 1st down, and now they're just going backwards.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot on these Friday nights. Offense is going backwards, and usually they actually offset with the offense and defense having penalties on both sides of the ball. But this time we see a big hit from the Armijo offense as they're going to be inside their own 10-yard line.
Yeah, they have to get all the way to the 38-yard line to get a 1st down.
Yeah, this is looking like a 3rd and 30. Very long gainage. I mean, this isn't 4-down territory either. This is a 3rd and take it all at this point.
All right, so Rodriguez ready defensively. Armijo set offensively. Concepcion ready to go. Williams in the backfield. Receivers on both sides. Concepcion, quick throw, but it's over the head of Regalado. Boy, Concepcion and Regalado have not been able to hook up thus far in this game.
Yeah, very surprising. That was going into the game. That was the threat that we were going to see is number 8 to number 5 all day. Instead, we saw number 8 to number 1 on the first drive of the game as they were able to match up with big touchdown, big 2-point conversion. But yeah, we haven't seen Eddie and Damian match up and be able to get on the same connection.
So that looks like that's going to be number 1. Jordan Brown hustling in there. Oh, I forgot I was on the punt team. All right.
And we see Kaiba Washington again line up as punter.
Yes.
Might as well. Saw a great punt last time.
Jeremiah Hill, Leroy Bryant deep. High snap, Washington able to get it and get it away. Takes a short bounce, and then I don't know if Fortson was trying to stop it. The ball just kind of jumped right in his hands.
Yeah, Guy Fortson.
And so stops the ball right there.
He had his back turned to the ball. He turns around, and it's right in his hands. Not a great punt, as we see this punt only went about 20 yards. And this will set up the Mustangs with great field possession inside of the 35. And we'll see if they can get to the red zone and punch a ticket.
Yeah, they've had great field position in the first half, just haven't been able to capitalize. I like Meadows there, coming in as the leader of this team, just a junior, clapping his hands. All right, boys, let's go get 7. Malachi Jones in at running back. You got 2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. Meadows ready, gives it to Malachi Jones. He busts it to the outside. Oh, nice move just inside the linebacker. Picks up another 5, and he's finally stopped. Looked like Kaiba Washington there wrestling around with him, and Aaron Castro.
Getting a little chippy early as we see the DBs coming up to make a big tackle on Malachi Jones after he made the first man miss. And there's a flag on the play, it looks like, as it might have been a little unsportsmanlike conduct.
Called against the Mustangs.
Never mind, it's a holding on the Mustangs.
So forget the big gain by Mighty Mouse. They're going to lose the yardage and then some. And so another costly penalty against the Mustangs.
Yeah, we've seen both offenses really kick themselves with these early penalties, and we'll see how that will come back and develop over the game when they need those yards eventually.
And it's tough, too, because Rodriguez, they're finding themselves, they need a lot of yardage to get the first down, but they're still trying to get that running game going to open up the passing game. All right, Meadows set. Gives it to Jones again. Gets to the outside. He's still going. Finally brought down right about the 30-yard line. Looked like Isaiah Medina over there to make the tackle for the Royals.
Isaiah Medina with another great tackle there, and we've seen this Mustangs offense really relentless with the run, as they're just running it right up the middle, and they do not care about the results. They want to get the run going so that they can set up the pass later in the game and expose the defense downfield. And it's just straight run plays so far for this offense. We'll see how that works.
Yeah, they've been running Malachi Jones off tackle, and it's working for them. They just have to eliminate the penalties. Meadows set. Takes it. He's going back to pass. Looking for a receiver. Throws to the sideline. He's got one, but he's quickly knocked out of bounds. That was Jeremiah Hill over there with the catch.
A little play action right there. With all those run plays, you might get the defense to jump for the run. And a little dump out to Jeremiah Hill, although that ball was led to the sideline. Didn't really have anywhere to go with that one.
Yeah, good pursuit by this stingy Royal defense thus far. They're making life difficult for the Mustangs. Mustangs aren't helping with the penalties. So 3rd and 4. Meadows ready. Takes a snap. Gives it to Jones. Jones to the outside. Breaks Medina's tackle. Able to get out of bounds. We'll see if he got enough for the first down.
It looked like he picked up enough for the first down, but we'll see what the refs officially say.
Yeah, there were a couple players in front when he went out of bounds. Couldn't quite see, but boy, it's close. I think he might have got it, Cameron.
Wow, and I think they're going to call it 4th and short. I don't know. It looked like he got it in my eyes, and it looks like they pushed the ball back like 3 or 4 yards. We'll see if they can convert here. A 4th and short. Haven't been able to have much success on 4th down so far. You would think the defense is bailing out on the run. We'll see if they're able to catch them off guard with a pass, or if they just say, you can know we're running it, we're going to run it, and bring the big boy.
And the big boy's back there, 33. He's going to get it. He's going to get forward. Oh, my goodness, boy, hard to tell where the momentum stopped there. It looked like he was close, but I can't tell, Cameron.
And the ref is signaling first down as he just got it, maybe by a yard. And yes. It looks like, yes, he gets it by a yard. That'll be first down.
It looked like he broke the line to get, and then suddenly a surge of Royals hit him and knocked him back. But works out for the Mustangs. They pick up a much-needed first down on 4th. Keep this drive alive. Ball now right at the 25-yard line. About 7 minutes left here in the first half. Armijo scored on their first possession to take an 8-0 lead. Rodriguez has had great field position but hasn't capitalized yet. Maybe they will now. Meadows gives it to his running back to the side, far side, and a nice gain. Picked up probably 8-9 yards on the play. Couldn't see who got the ball.
Keith Gallen, number 21, the senior. We haven't seen him really at all this season, and he comes in for maybe his 3rd snap of the game. Really tough running as he ran through 2 defenders, got open, really got down the field, and then ran over 3 more guys until he was brought down by number 10, Keyshawn Williams.
And before he was injured, he was really the featured running back for the Mustangs. So they're just kind of easing him back into the starting lineup tonight. He's had a couple runs, but still hasn't had the Gallen runs we're used to. Boy, he had a great game if you think all the way back to that opening game against Bear Creek.
Yep, and it looks like we have an injured Mustang on the field. That is number 50, Elijah Rajewski, the offensive lineman, the sophomore. You hate to see that. He's a really leader of this offensive line. Great energy from the O-line.
And he was just getting back into the starting lineup. He missed practice a couple weeks ago, so Caden Hockett got the start 2 weeks ago. He got in, played a little bit. I saw a practice yesterday. He was staying after, working hard. Talking about, okay, what do I need to do on this play? Making sure he had the blocking schemes down. And so Coach King was starting to put him back into the lineup. gets in, gets hurt. Tough break for the sophomore. All right, so it's going to be second and short. Rodriguez knocking on the door here. Still no points, down 8-0. Rodriguez, they've scored 156 points on the season. They average a little over 31 points. This time they give this to Dawson, I think. He just goes straight ahead, and why not when you're that big? Picks up about 5 yards on the play.
Yep, Malik Dawson again as he comes in to just run it up the middle, and he's going to run that rock as hard as he can and as far as he can. And we see Malik Dawson again lined in. We'll see if they catch him off guard.
Another first down here. Dawson stays in. He's going to take it. He tries to get to the outside. He's still going rumbling, bumbling, gets down to about the 6-yard line.
Another great run, and we saw number 16, Mekhi Johnson, kind of push him over the defender and to pick up those extra yards. As a 6'2" frame, if you turn your back and basically dive backward like a fish, you're able to pick up a lot of yards.
And I think he's getting more comfortable being in that running back position.
Yeah, we've seen already 3 or 4 running back plays for him, and he's going to be on both sides of the ball. Easily player of the game last week, and we'll see if he can stay hot and keep the momentum moving towards today against Armijo.
All right, so second and goal here. Meadows set. Gallen in at running back. He takes it, fakes to Gallen, rolls to the far side, throws it up. Oh! It looked like he was going for Jeremiah Hill, and a Royal over there to knock it away right at the last minute, and oh my, penalty flags on the field.
Keshawn Williams, great recovery right there as he was able to catch up to Jeremiah Hill, the speedy Jeremiah Hill, and bat that ball away. And it looks like this flag is going to push this offense back. And it'll be a 3rd down. And it is a holding on the Mustangs. Another crucial penalty in their red zone, pushing them back outside of the 20-yard line. It's basically second and goal at this point, as it takes the first down marker is the 1-yard line. So it's basically second and goal here at the 23, and we'll see what this Mustangs offense can do.
Yeah, let's see if they go play action here. Gallen is the running back. Meadows set, gives it to Gallen, breaks off tackle. He's got a hole. He's still going until he's stopped by about 5 Royals. Isaiah Kraft, the big defensive tackle right there to lead the band of Royals.
Yeah, huge tackle right there, as it'll create a 3rd and long, and basically forcing this offense to throw the ball unless they're trying to set up a potential field goal. And we haven't seen Miles Meadows throw this ball a whole lot today, and he's going to need a big pass right here if he wants to get in the end zone.
So a little over 4 minutes left here in the first half. Seems like the game is flying by. Big play here for the Mustangs, 3rd and 12. But they really got to get in the end zone. Meadows set. He's looking for a receiver. He's got time. Throws it over the middle. It's caught and then dropped. I think that was Malachi Jones.
That is an incompletion to, yes, Malachi Jones, or is that Jamarion Johnson?
Couldn't tell. All I could see is the one. I think it was Jamari.
No, that's Jamarion Johnson.
Number 10.
Yeah, number 10.
Yeah, 4, 10, 11, all 5'2", 135 pounds.
Yeah, a little dump-off play. Didn't have much to break, really, unless he was able to spin around, drop his defender, and pick up maybe 15 yards after that. And there wasn't a whole lot to gain on that play.
So 4th down, Meadows set. Going to need something special here. Let's see what Coach King dials up. Meadows going back to pass. He's looking for a receiver, throws over the middle, and just past the outstretched arms of Jeremiah Hill, who wanted a flag on that play but doesn't get it.
Amazing defense again by the Royals, able to just absolutely lock down this passing game and running game, really. And a very surprising start in my eyes for the Royals to be able to come out really strong defensively and stop this 5-0 Mustangs offense. So
just under 4 minutes to play. Armijo takes over right on their own 20-yard line. Concepcion back in the pistol. He's going to give it to Williams. Williams tries to get to the outside, tries to get back Dawson, barely does, but then Isaiah Angulo there to clean it up. Dropped the running back for a loss of about a yard on that play.
Malik Dawson showing off the athleticism to get to the outside and get his hands on the running back as he was almost able to break that loose, but Malik Dawson was able to stop him just a bit for his teammate Angulo to pick up the tackle.
So another timeout. We hope you're enjoying the game here on the Solano College Sports Network. We actually are a certified training program at Solano College. We are the only community college that has a sports broadcasting program in the nation. You want to be a sports broadcaster? Come on over to Solano Community College. Take one of our sports broadcasting classes, and you too can be right here announcing Friday Night Lights high school football game.
Well, and as you can hear, this Armijo crowd has really been into the game since the beginning. A great showing for Armijo, and they've been loud enough to possibly make an impact on the Mustangs. Don't want to say they're rattled, but you want to see, we've never seen this before from the Mustangs, and a very slow start for Rodriguez.
So a new energy with Armijo football program, really, I think, headed in the right direction under new head coach Don Mosley, and he's got a talented coaching staff. We'll talk about some of the assistant coaches in a second, but now Concepcion is ready, takes a snap, he's going back to pass, he throws it over to Fortson. Fortson gets it on the near side of the field, picks up about 8 yards on the play.
Great pass and catch for Eddie and Fortson right there, and we'll see if Concepcion is able to get his passing game going. Haven't seen a whole lot of completions early. Mostly relying on this defense to hold them and keep them in this game. If the Royals can start getting this passing game going, it might be really dangerous for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Armijo, good athletes too on the offensive side of the ball. They've got some speed themselves. So Concepcion just got the play call from Coach Mosley. Also offensive coordinator, Levon Haynes, longtime Vanden head coach, running the offense. Concepcion ready. He's got 2 guys in the backfield with him. Takes a snap, gives it to the first guy, Fortson. They're doing a little Malik Dawson of their own, but he's stopped right at the line of scrimmage. So Fortson, the tight end, defensive end, also plays a little fullback at times, getting the carry there for the Royals.
Yeah, huge third down stop right there as it'll bring up a 4th and 5, and looks like they're going to bring on the punt team back in their own territory. We'll see if Kaiba Washington can pin this Mustangs offense down the field again. It looks like another timeout as they will talk about potential play here. We'll see if Armijo gets aggressive, tries to pick up this 4th down, but I don't think they should. Already having a lead, showing that their defense has been super strong. I don't think they need to go for this. I think they can rely on their punt game and their defense.
Yeah, and if you can see, if I can get that shot of Coach Mosley with the Armijo folks there, yeah, and this is the thing that really impressed me about Coach Mosley. When he's talking to those kids, they're always engaged. And why wouldn't you be? He played at Mississippi, SEC. Guy knows what he's talking about. And I think you're seeing that energy translated onto the field. So Kaiba Washington back to punt. Bryant Hill back to receive for the Mustangs. Gets a snap. Line drive. Boy, out of bounds. We'll see where the officials stop. I always like that when the ball goes out of bounds on the punt and the officials run it. You know he doesn't know and then they stop like, oh yeah, it was right there.
Yeah, they always want to act like they know what's going on. And it looks like that ball will be out of bounds around the 45, 50-yard line. And another not great punt. More of a line drive that went out of bounds. You wonder if they know the scouting report on the kick returners for the Mustangs, and they're just trying to get it out of bounds and make sure that they don't get that beaten by the speed of Leroy Bryant and Jeremiah Hill.
Yeah, and why would you? I mean, you've been able to bottle up this offense pretty well. Although the penalties really have been the killers for this offense of the Mustangs.
Yeah, this defense is definitely bent, but they haven't broken yet. And that'll be huge for them as they need to get another big stop before half.
All right. Meadows ready, out of the pistol. Gives it to his running back, Gallen. He gets to the outside off tackle, able to pick up about 5-6 yards on the play. Isaiah Medina coming over to make the stop.
Isaiah Medina all over the field early. I want to say that's already his 4th or 5th tackle on the game. It's still only in the first half. He's been great for this linebacker core for the Royals, just everywhere making tackles.
Yeah, he and 15, Aaron Castro, those guys are doing work at the linebacker position. It makes it a little bit easier when your defensive front is doing such a good job. They're just setting you up to make the tackles. All right, 2nd and 4. Meadows set. Looks like Gallen in the backfield. Meadows dropping back. He's going deep, folks. He throws it. It looks like he's going for Jamorian Johnson, but just over his outstretched hands.
Yeah, a little overthrown there. Had Jamorian Johnson had his defender beat by a few steps. If he hit him stride for stride, that definitely would have been 6. But that's a tough pass down the sideline. And again, as I've said, that pass is very underrated. Having to get that ball out to the sideline and get air on it down the sideline. Just a very tough play to convert right there. And that'll bring a 3rd down, a potential 3rd and 5.
All right, so Meadows set. Gallen in the backfield. He's going back to pass. He's going to try it again. This time throws it a little shorter. Looks like he was going for Jamorian Johnson, and again, can't make the connection with one of his top receivers.
Yeah, that one looked like it just went through the hands of Jamorian Johnson, and I bet he'll tell you he should have had that one. Not an awful ball there by Miles. And again, another 4th down situation. We'll see if they will go for it and try to convert.
So about 2.5 minutes remaining before halftime. Homecoming 2 here at Rodriguez, so probably have a pretty big halftime show like they like to do in high school. All right, but here, Mustangs need a 1st down. Meadows, he's going to throw it, just gets rid of it before he's hit by Fortson, but I think that was incomplete again. He was going to Jamorian Johnson.
Yeah, a great defensive pressure from the front by the Royals as they had Miles scrambling to his right, having to throw across his body to Jamorian Johnson, and that ball was just underthrown. And again, a great defensive sequence by the Royals, stuffing and stopping this Mustangs offense, and we haven't seen a whole lot of that so far this season.
Yeah, just got a good look at Cesar Torres, who made the defensive play on that. And now Armijo's, they've got plenty of time to put more points on the board here. Let's see if Concepcion and Regalado can hook up on this drive. So Concepcion set. He's going back to pass. He's looking for a receiver. He's throwing deep, and it's knocked in the air and picked up by Leroy Bryant. It looked like the other defensive back was able to tip it up, and Bryant there to pick it out of the air. Big time turnover by the Royals there, giving life back to the Mustangs before the end of the first half.
A little tip drill right there as Jeremiah Hill on the coverage had it absolutely blanketed. There was no space to make that play, and he's able to tip that ball up, and Leroy Bryant right there to help his teammate out and get the pick on the sideline and barely get his toes in. What a play for Leroy Bryant, giving maybe a potential spark for this Mustangs offense. We'll see if they can drive down the field and score before half.
Okay, here we go. 2 minutes and 18 seconds left. Rodriguez, a lot of field to cover to try to get on the board, but they'd love to do it before the end of the half. Meadows going back. He throws it over the other side of the field, and looks like he was going for Betrez that time. Babalui not able to come up with the pass.
Great defense by Zaire McElvain, and he's a wide receiver and a cornerback, the senior. Great defense right there. He was able to get in front of the big tight end and stop that play before he could catch it.
Yeah, Zaire McIlvain, really talented defender, and they put him all over. They'll drop him back in coverage. He'll run. He'll rush from the outside. Very, very versatile defensive back. The defensive coordinator for Armijo, Billy Nico Hurst, played his high school football at Vanden under Coach Levon Haynes, who's the offensive coordinator. All right, Meadows going deep. He's got a receiver. He's got Bryant. He hits him in stride. Bryant to the 20. He's dragged down at the 10-yard line. Big time hookup between Meadows and Leroy Bryant.
What a bomb for Miles Meadows as he connects with Leroy Bryant, who just had the pick on the other side of the ball. And right there, he's able to pick up the biggest play of the Mustangs offense so far, as they will have 2 minutes left in the half to see if they can get in the end zone as they're in the red zone.
And you could just feel the energy pick up on the Rodriguez side of the field. They're getting ready for homecoming at halftime. That big play can really get everybody sparked. Still got some work to do.
Great body control by Leroy Bryant to catch that ball, keep his footing. It looked like he was going to fall for about 8-10 strides, but he was able to stay on his feet and get more yards.
Boy, and Meadows just hit him perfectly in stride. All right, Meadows set. Gallen in the backfield. Meadows, he's going to put it up again. He's got Jamorian Johnson over the middle. He stopped right about the 2-yard line.
Great tackle from Damian Regalado, number 5, as he was able to wrap up Jamarion Johnson and bring him down to the ground. Huge tackle, as he would have been able to really get into the end zone from there.
And Meadows fired a bullet that time. Hit him right between the 1 and the 0.
Great throw for Meadows, and we're starting to see him string together some good passes. Hopefully a good sign for this Mustangs offense as he's able to find a rhythm and deliver some great passes to his great receivers.
So under a minute left. Rodriguez, second down, about 2 yards to go right here, and timeout called, I believe, by Armijo.
That looks like the Royals' last time out of the half. Still have 48 seconds left as they're going to talk this one over. A huge play, biggest play for the Mustangs of the first half, as it looks like it'll be a second and goal on the 2-yard line. And we'll see what they do here. I'm wondering if they'll bring in
33, baby.
The big boy Malik Dawson, to see if he can run
cash
up the middle.
money.
And he really has been money in the bank so far this season, as he is able to pick up at least 2 to 3 yards every run, it seems.
And the offensive line, too, finally starting to click for Rodriguez. Devin Lacan at left tackle. George opened me up a lane at left guard. Caden DeGilly, the senior center. Caden Hoken at right guard. And John Dowling, the right tackle, number 55. They're going to have to do some work right here against this tough defensive front by the Royals if they want to get into the end zone. So Rodriguez back from the timeout. They immediately go up to the field. They line up. It looked like Armijo was having a little meeting there. They give it to 33. He's hit at the 1. I don't know if he got over. Armijo stopped him barely.
Wow, great pursuit from the defensive front, as they had 3 to 4 bodies on Malik Dawson, and he was stopped in his tracks, really nowhere to go.
Well, Guy Fortson, the defensive end, was able to make contact and kind of held him at bay, and then his buddies Medina and Castro were there to help him out. Big stop, so the ball's going to be right inside the 1-yard line.
And it looks like it was a 12-man on the field. Big break for the defense. And a little sign of light for this Mustangs offense. We'll see if they can actually convert and get in the end zone before the end of the half.
Well, they don't pick up a lot of yardage, but they get that extra down. And Rodriguez still 2 timeouts remaining. There's Dawson. He's going to get it. He's met at the line of scrimmage, but he's not stopping. And Armijo and Medina, Fortson, number 17, Torres, all in there to stop Malik Dawson. That's one of the few times I've ever seen 33 go backwards.
Oh, yeah, and we saw actually he got caught up on his own lineman, Caden DeGilly. It looked like Caden DeGilly got pushed back from the defense, and he ran into his own running back. And we'll see if they are just going to stay relentless.
Play action right here, baby.
Yeah. We'll see.
Meadows up behind the center. fakes it to Dawson, rolls to the outside, looks for a receiver. He's got him in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Rodriguez!
Gabriel Betrez with the touchdown.
Baba Louie, baby!
Baba Louie, the tight end with the touchdown. And we see the Rodriguez crowd flashing the lights at the end of the half. And it looks like there's 2 seconds left on the clock. And a huge play action from the Rodriguez Mustangs. And we'll see if they can pick up the 2 to tie the game going into half.
Boy, I'll tell you what, these Armijo Royals, they made Rodriguez work to get points on the board. Rodriguez finally does here at the end of the first half, 8-6. And they're going for 2, baby. Meadows under center, takes the snap, gives it to Dawson, off tackle. There's a penalty on the play, and I think he was stopped, so.
Isaiah Medina all over the field, and he is not afraid to tell you about it, as he is very confident out there.
2 seconds left.
And, looks like
there's a Mustang down on the field.
That
looks
Malik
like
Dawson.
And the Rodriguez Mustangs 6. There's an injured player on the field.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's his knee or the back of his leg.
You see head coach
Coach King out there
to pick him up, wondering where the trainer is. And it looks like he's going to be able to walk off with some help.
Yeah, that doesn't look good. And, man, that's a really tough break for Rodriguez, because with Malik Dawson, he's not only the guy that you can get short yardage with, but he's your punter and your place kicker.
And he's your defensive tackle who's really been all over the field. And, you know, you could definitely argue he's the most valuable player on this team, as he does so many things and dominates on all facets of the game on both sides of the ball. That's a huge break and a tough loss if he's not able to come out for the second half.
Well, Rodriguez still have to come out and kick the ball off to Armijo with 2 seconds left here. And with all that happening, Rodriguez fails on the 2-point conversion, so trailing Armijo by 2 points, 8-6. But they're happy to be on the board. Not so happy about what happened to number 33.
Looks like they're going to have a new place kicker. Number 40, don't have him on the roster. And it seems like he will be the backup kicker while Malik Dawson is mending his injury.
And we'll find out during halftime just who number 40 is. Let's just hope he can kick, right?
Yeah.
If you're a Rodriguez fan. All right, so Kaiba Washington, Keyshawn Williams back. Wow, that gets by Williams. He's going to pick it up about the 10-yard line. He's going to try to get to the outside. Good pursuit by Rodriguez. Number 17 coming over, Bentley Williams. Good job sealing the outside, pushed the runner back into the pursuit. That was textbook special teams play. And that'll do it for the first half. So pretty entertaining game. Not a lot of scoring, but boy, both teams very evenly matched. You can tell by the score. Rodriguez trailing by 2 as we break for the half. Again, it's homecoming, folks. We'll be back right after all the festivities with the second half action right here on the Solano College Sports Network. Well, hi, everybody. I'm Greg Poff, director of the Solano College Sports Broadcasting Program, and we're here in the TV studio at Solano Community College, and I'd like to tell you about a great opportunity this summer. Now, typically with our summer class, we're covering sports because of the COVID-19 pandemic. We're opening up the class to all of you podcasters, YouTube influencers, to give you a chance to come in and create content that we can show on YouTube. You can have your own podcast. We can even put you on Channel 28 locally. Let's take a look at some of the equipment we have here in the studio. Come on. All right, we're here in the Solano College Sports Network studio control room to show you some of the equipment that you can use as a student here at Solano Community College. And the first thing I'd like to draw your attention to is the production unit system that we use. It's made by New Tech. It's the TriCaster system. This system is used by every major network. So you come to Solano Community College, you're going to learn video production on the TriCaster unit, so you'll be ready to go once you leave our program. You'll be trained on the same equipment that you would use in all of the major networks. You see the video production board here. We've got our speakers set up here. Here we've got our interface that you can use. So all kinds of equipment that you can use to be a professional in media production. Another great feature of our video production system, you'll be able to get training on the Allen and Heath audio board, where you will learn the trade secrets for both radio and TV production. Here in the video editing suite, you will have access to Adobe Premiere and the entire Creative Cloud. If you can imagine it, you can create it right here in the Solano Community College TV studio. We have merged with Fairfield Cable Access, and that gives you the opportunity to use the same TV equipment that they use to produce their shows on local TV here in Fairfield, and that gives you the chance to also show your work on local TV.
I stand.
I stand.
I stand. I stand against hate.
I will.
I will.
I will.
I will be an advocate for social justice.
In the fight against racism and hate.
In the fight against racism and hate.
In the fight against racism and hate.
I will support diversity, equity, and inclusion.
В борьбе с расизмом и ненавистью я буду бороться всегда, стискивая кулаки и сглатывая слезы.
In the fight against racism and hate.
In the fight against racism and hate.
In the fight against racism and hate, I will not pretend that racism doesn't exist.
Sa paglaban ng rasismo, hindi ako tatahimik.
In the fight against racism and hate.
In the fight against racism and hate.
In the fight against racism and hate, I will speak my truth. I will not be silent.
I will prioritize community.
I will be an advocate.
In the fight against racism and hate, I will build community and stand with and for each other.
And if necessary, I am willing to get into good trouble.
En la lucha contra el odio y racismo, yo me solidarizo con mis comunidades.
In the fight against racism and hate.
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 We commit to doing better, to being bolder, and to contributing to a climate where hate is unacceptable and mindfulness and compassion are the norms.
We are Solano College.
All right, well, outstanding halftime festivities here at Rodriguez High School. It's homecoming, and now it's time to get the second half started. Cameron, I think we're in store for a great finish here. These two teams pretty evenly matched thus far. Armijo up 8-6, but Rodriguez will be receiving the second half kickoff.
Yeah, we saw some stifling defense in the first half as both defenses really able to stop what this offense was coming in with their game plan, what they wanted to do, and they're forcing them to really think outside the box and make some unique plays.
So Caiba Washington will be kicking it off for the Royals. Bryant and Jamorian Johnson back to receive for the Mustangs. Here we go, folks. And it's a low line drive that Jamorian Johnson fields right at the middle of the field. He's got a head of steam. He's still going. He's up to about the 38-yard line. Pretty good return there.
A bullet from Washington, as that was just a line drive right to Jamorian Johnson's chest, and he was able to catch that, and a really good return as he's able to get 20 to 30 yards on that one.
He almost looked like a receiver kind of catching it as he had his momentum going, so he was able to get a full head of steam by the time he was able to make that catch. So Rodriguez ready to go, of course, had that dramatic touchdown to end the second half. Didn't get the extra point. Also, Dawson, who was hurt, he's back up on his feet. Meadows, he's going to, before anything happens, we got a flag on the play. That looked like a handoff to Keith Gallen. And I was saying it looks like Malik Dawson is going to be okay. It didn't look that way when he left the field at the end of the first half.
Yeah, we saw him warming up before half, and he made a quick exit onto the medical staff to get it checked up. Looks like he got it wrapped up in tape, and luckily it is his left knee, not his right knee, which is his kicking leg. So we'll see if he's able to kick tonight.
All right, so Malachi Jones now in the backfield with Meadows. Meadows takes a snap. Barely gets a handoff to Jones. He almost ran by him, but he keeps going all the way to the 43-yard line. I think the ball was dead there. Someone knocked it out of his hands. Baba Louie saying, come back here with our ball.
Yeah, referees didn't make it official, didn't make it very obvious that the ball was dead. And we'll see what the refs say here. And Armijo thinks they have the ball, but it looked like that ball was dead as he was stopped and looked like forward progress, and the play would have been dead. Yeah,
it looked like it was well stopped. I will be shocked if the ball goes to Armijo. I think that's what the official's telling them right there. Hey, boys, we got it.
Yeah, the officials didn't blow the whistle, and I think they're going to talk it over and know that that play should be dead, as it was a very late fumble after the play. And great running by Malachi Jones to start the half, as he was able to bounce off a defender and run through, putting his head down.
All right, well, let's see what the verdict is.
And we're still waiting for the Mustangs PA announcer to give us that first down, Mustangs.
Well, they're over talking to Mosley, the officials, that is. And they're explaining something to him right there. Mosley looks pretty happy, and why wouldn't he be? He's got the ball now.
Wow.
Boy, I don't know about that one.
Very sketchy play there, and I could have swore that ball was dead.
Yeah, because he was standing up. I thought the whistle had blown, and somebody, I think it was McIlvain, came by and just smacked it out of his hands and picked it up.
Yeah,
they're still talking it over. Are you sure you're right? No, I'm not sure, but that's the call. Okay, I guess we'll go with it.
Props to McIlvain playing through the whistle and not giving up on that play, as there was no whistle. So smart play by the defender, and a really tough break to start the half for the Mustangs.
Yeah, again, they were trying to get that running game going. Malachi Jones, couple nice pickups. But now the Mustangs will have to do it on defense here, as we're just underway in the second half.
And a very fast first half, now starting with a very slow 20 seconds of the second half, as the refs are still talking it over, letting the offense get their play. A lot of confusion going on. Looks like Miles King is walking on the field trying to get some clarification from the refs.
Hey, Miles, I didn't like what he was saying. What do you have to say? Well, while they are figuring this out, Armijo and Rodriguez is leading the series all time, 13-6, and Rodriguez has won the last 4 games against Armijo. They have won 13 out of the last 15. So an Armijo victory tonight would be huge for the upstart Royals under first-year head coach Don Mosley.
Yeah, it would be a huge upset for this school, and all these Armijo fans showed up to watch their team win. A great showing for Armijo, and their team is out in front. Now with the ball starting the half, honestly resetting the onside kick that they had in the first half.
True.
Rodriguez had, although Rodriguez was not able to do anything as it was a 4-and-out.
So Coach King wasn't happy with the decision, but he'll have to live with it, and so the Mustangs, they got to come up big on defense here. There you see Coach King, and right next to him, Coach Johnny Williams in that purple shirt. He was one of Miles King's favorite targets back in the Solano college football days. But they got some work to do here coaching. So Concepcion in, and penalty right off the bat. I think there might have been movement against Armijo.
Looked like a false start.
Yep.
And again, another penalty. And the refs are dominating this first half to start. And we'll see if this Royals offense can get going and get back to their passing game.
So there you get a good look at Concepcion and the running back, Keyshawn Williams. Concepcion set out of the pistol. He's going to drop back. He's probably looking for 5. He's going deep, and it's broken up and then caught by Caiba Washington. I think it was Leroy Bryant got his hands on it this time. Rodriguez didn't get the tip. It goes right into the hands of Washington. Touchdown, Royals.
Another tip drill play, this time for the Royals. Caiba Washington able to stay with it and have great hands and keep control of that ball. And he walks into the end zone with a big touchdown coming out of the half. And that is a huge spark for the Armijo Royals.
Boy, and so often with those plays, you're more likely to see the ball go off the receiver into the hands of the defender. This was just the opposite. It was tipped by the defender, and the ball was short. It wasn't going to get to Washington. That tip got it all the way to him. He's in the end zone just like that. Touchdown, Armijo. Rodriguez wondering what happened. So they're going for 2. I don't think they're going to kick at all. Concepcion said he lost it to the corner of the end zone. He's got a receiver there, but it's broken up. I think it was Bentley Williams, the sophomore cornerback over there, to make a play on the ball.
Bentley Williams, great coverage on the fade route to Caiba Washington, who has both touchdowns in this game and the 2-point conversion on the first drive. And Bentley Williams was not having another Washington catch in the end zone, was not trying to get Moss to start this first half.
And Bentley Williams, we would see typically a lot more on the offensive side of the ball. He got a lot of the runs in place of Gallen being out, now focusing solely on that cornerback position, number 17. He's a pretty good sophomore, too. All right, so Rodriguez will be getting the ball back. But now they are down 14-6. Still tons of time left. Second half just underway. 11:31 remaining. So Armijo lines up to kick the ball. You got Leroy Bryant and Jamorian Johnson back. Rodriguez really needs one of their skill players to come up big, make a big play for him. All right, here we go. Washington set after the touchdown. Squib kick. And it's fielded by a Mustang. He's got it, and he's not stopping, up past midfield. So it looked like Armijo went for the squib kick. I'm not sure if it was an onside kick. I don't think that was the case. I couldn't see who was for Rodriguez, but they scooped it up and kept going.
That looked like Malachi Jones, wrong man to kick it to. And Malachi Jones was able to make them pay a little bit, bringing it across the 50-yard line and giving them great field position. Very interesting call for the Royals because their special teams has been so great with Caiba Washington showing off the leg. And the squib kick does not prevail there as it will go against them, setting up the Mustangs with great field position.
And that kind of fools you where you have Malachi Jones. He's not back deep. He's kind of with the second unit there and able to get a running start and field that. All right, so 1st and 10 just past midfield. Meadows set, going back to pass. He's looking, throws to the far side. He's got a receiver there. That looks like Jeremiah Hill, able to break a tackle, but then quickly driven out of bounds. Isaiah Medina over there for Armijo.
I would love to see this Mustangs passing game really take over in this half. As they've seen in the first half, the running game was not there. It was a struggle. They stayed with it, tried to see if it would break open. And I think they're going to go more pass heavy, down early. They're going to need 2 scores at least. I think we're going to see a lot of Leroy Bryant, Jeremiah Hill, and some Jamorian Johnson. And we'll see Miles Meadows if he can really take over and bring the Mustangs over in the second half.
All right, Meadows set. Out of the pistol. Takes the snap, gives it to his running back. That's Malachi Jones. He's able to get off tackle for about 5 yards on the play.
Strong running by Malachi Jones, and a good tackle by number 10, Keshawn Williams. He's been playing all over the field and making a bunch of big plays for the Royals.
And back to Malachi Jones. Boy, he just gets through that hole so quickly. I mean, he picks up a head of steam in a hurry.
Yeah, if you're a defender, you don't pick him up right at the yard of scrimmage, at the line of scrimmage. I mean, he's going to take off, and he's a lethal threat down there.
All right, so Meadows set, takes a snap, dropping back to pass, looking for a receiver, scrambles to the near side. He's being chased by Royals. He's able to get ahead and pick up a first down. Good job by Meadows using his feet that time to make something out of nothing.
Great pickup by Meadows. You saw him sort of pump fake and hesitate, juking the closest defender from thinking he was going to pass it, gave him enough space to get down the sideline and scoot down for a first down. And actually looks like it's going to be a 2nd and 1. Very close. Interesting position. Looked like he had gotten the first down.
It looked like he had it easily. It's right here in front of us. And we're probably not going to see Malik Dawson in the second half in those short yardage plays. Okay. 2nd and 1. Meadows got, oh, he gives it to Malachi Jones. It gets up in the air, and I think it's recovered by.
I think he recovered it.
He did. Boy, that thing popped up. I think it came right down to him. Malachi Jones, very fortunate on that play. Could have been another costly turnover for the Mustangs.
Very lucky for the Mustangs as they're able to pick up the first down on the very wacky play you don't see very often. Ball popped up, went on top of the shoulders of the line, and it dropped down right in front of Malachi Jones. And it looks like he's gonna step off for a play or two, and they're gonna have Keith Gallen come in.
Well, no shortage of running backs for the Mustangs. They got a lot of talent.
And in part, that's Damani Nelson-Wilson coming into the game.
Meadows set. Nelson Wilson behind him. Meadows is going to throw to the corner. Just gets there to Leroy Bryant.
What a ball for Meadows. Had to put some extra mustard on there.
It just got there.
Saw the defender, number 17, Cesar Torres, coming up, ready to hit his receiver. And that's the last thing you want to do as a quarterback is lead your receiver into a big hit. You got to get that ball out quick. Make sure he has enough time to catch the ball, set his feet, and make a move before he gets hit off guard.
All right, so Rodriguez knocking at the door, ball resting right on the Armijo 20-yard line. 2nd and 6. Meadows set. He's dropping back to pass. He's got a receiver, throws it. Oh, it was just out of the outstretched arms of Bryant. Did they come away with a pick?
Wow, and we're just talking about it. Cesar Torres, and it looks like he was able to catch the tip ball for an interception. Huge play by the Royals. Very tough break for the Mustangs.
And Meadows usually very accurate. That time just led his receiver just a little bit too much. And that time we saw typically what we're used to. The receiver tips it right into the hands of a defender.
Yeah, sloppy throw right there for Meadows. He definitely wants that one back. And we'll see. They're going to have to rely on this defense to really come up big and make sure that they don't go down 3 scores early in the second half and really have the Royals take this game away from them. They need to stay in.
All right, let's see what the Royals do. If they go to the ground game, try to start running time off the clock, or if they're going to continue trying to light it up. Handoff there, first guy through, picks up about 3-4 yards on the play. That looked like McIlvain was the ball carrier that time. Looks a little banged up there too. I believe that was Gerald Certeza, the linebacker for Rodriguez, in on the stop.
Yeah, Certeza in on the tackle. Him and Cromie we'll see up the middle a lot with Angelo and Malachi Jones on the outside.
And Dawson.
And
back in there you see him.
You can see his left knee is wrapped up, as that was his injury in the first half off the run on that 1st and goal. And luckily he's back in on defensively.
Vila Guthrie in at defensive end, number 99. Handoff there, that's to Williams. He stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Excuse me, that was Isaiah Medina.
Isaiah Medina with the run. Haven't seen him running the ball very much today. Might have been his first run. and he was swallowed at the line from the defense. And great pursuit from this defensive front for the Mustangs, bringing up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, and Armijo, typically they've got a 3 running back rotation. Obviously, Williams is the guy, the starter, but you're also going to see, who was just in there?
Isaiah Medina.
Thank you, Isaiah Medina and McIlvain, number 3. Those are the 3 running backs. But so far, number 10, Williams with the bulk of the carries. All right, Medina looks like he's back in there still at running back number 32. Concepcion set, takes a snap, throws it to the far side. He's got a receiver there. I think it was Fortson, but he's tackled immediately, maybe picked up a yard or 2 on the play.
Yeah, Guy Fortson tackled almost immediately on the underneath route, and that'll bring a 4th and long. And it looks like they're going to have to punt this ball away inside their own territory. And we'll see Eddie Concepcion. We'll see if he can get this punt off. Usually we see Kaiba lined up as the punter, but right now we see Eddie.
When I was at their practice, they told me Concepcion was the punter and the place kicker. But they haven't lined up for a extra point. So who knows? But we can tell you he's back to punt. Let's see how he does. Yeah, Kaiba Washington not too successful with that last one. Takes his time. Nice high kick. And got a really fortunate bounce for the Mustangs. Kind of hit and then just bounced to the right out of bounds.
Yeah, another muffed punt. That one goes down to the 42-yard line. Again, setting up this Mustangs offense with great field position. We'll see if they can take advantage. A huge stop from their defense, giving their offense some life, and just enough light to come back in this game and make it close again.
Well, the Mustangs have been their own worst enemy, right? It's been the penalties and the turnovers more than anything else that have really hindered them offensively in this game. They just need to protect the rock and quit doing dumb penalties.
And you can see in there Miles Meadows firing up his offensive players, making sure everyone's focused and really locked in for this drive.
Meadows set. He's going to pitch it to Jones. Jones, nice cut there. Gets upfield for about a 5-yard gain. Nice little sidestep there to pick up another couple yards.
Great tackle there by number 13, Daly Sparks. But if there is a flag on the play, we'll see what they call.
And it's the Mustangs backing up, and they're on offense. So, yeah, probably against the Mustangs.
Looks like a holding or a block in the back. And as you were saying, this Rodriguez offense really their worst enemy. Just really biting themselves with these penalties. Not able to connect good sequences and have a successful drive down the field yet.
And they've had the problem with penalties for the whole non-conference season. I think the last 3 games they've had over 100 yards, but it hasn't cost them yet.
Yeah, they've been great enough to surpass it and rely on their skills, but we'll see how it works this game.
Meadows set. He pitches it wide to Malachi. He's trying to get to the outside. Gets by one guy, finally driven out of bounds by number 14. Jesse Reed on the play, the cornerback.
Solid run for the Mustangs as that will set up a 2nd and maybe 15. Still a long ways to go to get this first down with the penalties.
Yeah, and typically they've been running more off tackle with Jones. That time tried to get him wide, utilize his speed, get him around the corner, but pretty good pursuit by the Royals defense.
Yeah, we haven't seen as much of the side-to-side offense that they normally run.
All right, Meadows set, 2nd and 15, going back to pass, looking, throws it deep. He's got a receiver open. Bryant again. That was almost like the first one. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Wow, am I just looking in a mirror? I mean, ones with 2 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns total, and it's just a day for the ones. Both receivers, Leroy Bryant and Kiba Washington, just dominating this game with 4 touchdowns total.
And another perfect pass by Miles Meadows. he just led him perfectly. I mean, it looked like both of those catches were nearly identical. Bryant outstretched arms, hitting him right in the hands, able to tuck it in, keep his stride, and scamper into the end zone, 14-12. And I'm going to guess the Mustangs are going to go for 2 right here.
Yep, and it looks like they're not going to bring in Dawson, as they know the risk that he brings with running the ball up the middle now. And like you were saying, a great ball by Meadows. If the defender was on him step for step, that ball would have been perfectly placed, only in the place where Leroy Bryant could catch that ball out in front, fully stretched.
All right, so Rodriguez looking to tie things up right here. Meadows set, Malachi Jones behind him. Meadows going back, he's got a receiver, throws it, and it goes right through the hands of Jamorian Johnson. Oh my, the 2 points was right there. Meadows wants a flag.
Yeah, Meadows did want a flag. Looked like that was Gabriel Betrez with the drop, as he had the touchdown in the first half. The tight end, it looked like it was a
slant. That was 18, not 10?
It was 18. It looked like a slant route for Betrez across the middle. And really great defense, as it looked like he couldn't see the ball with the defender having his hands all in front of his face.
So Rodriguez struggling with the extra points this week. Last week, of course, Armijo, they had 4 touchdowns but couldn't get an extra point, and it cost them in a 25-24 loss.
And a really quick turnaround for the Mustangs, as they were looking like they might have fallen out of this game and lost a lot of their momentum that they had in the first half. But right away, another deep bomb from Miles Meadows to get his second long touchdown of the game keeps them in this game.
And it's not the first time the Mustangs have been down in the second half. They had that tough victory over American Canyon where they were behind in that game, and it wasn't until Dawson kicked a field goal, I think in the last minute, to pull that game out. So Rodriguez, at least a little experience here, and if you talk to Coach King, he's going to tell you these kids are never going to quit.
Yep. And we see Malik Dawson out there lined up to kick it. We'll see if he goes for this onside or if they're going to play it safe and try to kick it downfield.
All right. Dawson set, little squib kick. It gets by 26, goes to Washington, and Malachi Jones down there. Number 1, meet Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse, he smelled his cheese and he attacked. He pounced quickly, and it looks like Kaiba Washington is slow to get up. Not something you want to see as he's limping off the field. He's having a monster game. Both touchdowns for the Royals and a 2-point conversion. The last thing you want to see as a fan of football is a key player getting hurt and losing his chance to finish the game.
Yeah, I think he's going to be okay. Looks pretty good right now. He's right in front of us and on the Armijo sideline. So Concepcion gets the play call, comes on in, and now Armijo, a little bit of work to do, just a 2-point lead, 14-12. Still lots of time in this one, 5:44 left in the third quarter. So Concepcion set. He's dropping back to pass. He's looking, fires it over the middle.
Certeza with the pick, and he's going to take this one. Wow, what a read by Gerald Certeza, as he was lurking over the middle, and he read that ball perfectly as it was right in his hands.
And I think there's a flag on the play. I'm not sure, but it looked like it might have been a horse collar tackle.
Looked like a late flag, and this might be on the Royals.
Boy, huge turnover for Armijo right here.
And just watching that play, it looked like the Mustangs sniffed that out right away. Knowing it was a pass, I saw Bentley Williams backing up, seeing that his wide receiver had to look like he was going to try to burn him deep. Certeza able to roll out to the right and pick that ball off. Great play.
Well, I was watching the play, and then it kind of went out of our screen, and then next thing you know, you see 24 going the other way with the ball.
Second penalty was a block in the back called against the Mustangs. That penalty will be assessed.
And it looks like it's a block in the back after the interception. So that'll bring the ball back, making a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Still in great field position and a huge turnover. I think they'll trade the penalty for an interception any day of the week.
And it's still 1st and 10. So it's not like you're not losing all that yardage. Yes, they'll take it. So Rodriguez seeing a little shift in the momentum.
Definitely a big momentum shift for the Mustangs.
Now Armijo, they got to dig in on defense, see if they can get a stop here. Stop the Mo for Rodriguez. Meadows set, ball gets away, and he smartly just falls on top of it.
Rarely see one of those muff snaps. A bad snap from the senior, DeGili. Meadows able to just get down and take that one to the ground and just eating the 5 yards better than trying to get up and potentially getting injured.
And Meadows, he never looks rattled. That kid's pretty calm, pretty cool. Big game right here. Opening game of Monticello Empire League play. And folks, I think what you're seeing right here, we're going to keep seeing this in the future. I think both these programs are headed in the right direction. Meadows set, going back to pass, looking, gets by one guy. Now he's coming to the near side of the field, throws it, and it's batted down. So Meadows starting to roll almost very close to the line of scrimmage. Able to get rid of that one and doesn't cost him.
Yeah, Meadows rolling out to his left, having to contort his body like a shortstop, throwing across his body. Did not see number 5, Regalado, there, as Damian was right there to block that ball. Almost picked it off and had a lot of grass in front of him. And it looks like now it'll be a 3rd and 15. Big 3rd down conversion. We'll see what the Mustangs come up with here.
Jason Hubbard in for Isaiah Kraft on the defensive line. Rodriguez set. Meadows takes the snap, dropping back, looking. Oh, he's hit. He loses the ball, and Armijo's got it.
Huge play by Armijo, able to get that ball out of Meadows' hands, and they recover the ball. And that looks like that was number 15, Aaron Castro, as he already has a fumble recovery on the season, and it looks like he was able to force that one.
Boy, so costly turnover now by the Mustangs. They're just giving the ball back and forth. So Armijo takes over, good field position. They've got it on their own 42, almost into Mustang territory. And now you got Fortson in the backfield at fullback, it looks like, along with Keyshawn Williams. There goes King Holmes in motion. Concepcion set. And the snap. Gives it to Fortson. Oh, nothing doing. Dawson's legs looking pretty good there.
Malik Dawson with the high hit. Looked like he got his arm wrapped around the helmet. Kind of a dangerous high hit for Malik Dawson, but either way, he's there, able to get a tackle for loss. And a huge stop on 1st down to make sure that they don't lose this momentum.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and 15. Fortson now kind of over in the slot position. Williams behind Concepcion. And the snap. He looked like he wanted to throw it to the outside. Now he's rolling to the near side. He's got one guy to beat. And I think he picked up the 1st down on that play. Looked like no aggression was in pursuit.
Very strong running by Concepcion. Able to fake out 2 or 3 Mustang defenders. And he beat Malachi Jones to the outside. Malachi got his hands on him but wasn't able to take him down. And it's really strong running by the quarterback. And we've seen in the past this season he has been running the ball very effectively, but not tonight. That looks like that was his first positive run.
But all for naught. Penalty against Armijo, so now it's going to back them up to their own 32-yard line.
Surprise, surprise, another penalty negating everything that the offense just did. We've seen it on both sides of the ball all season.
All right, so a little under 3.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. We've got a dandy for you here on the Solano College Sports Network. Armijo up 14-12 over Rodriguez, opening night of Monticello Empire League play. One of these two teams trying to get their first league victory of the season. All right, here we go. Armijo ready. Concepcion set. Takes a snap. Drops back. Looking for a receiver. He's going for Washington, and it's picked off. Oh, my. Leroy Bryant with another fantastic interception, and he's got room. He's to the 30, the 25. He's still going. He's being dragged by a couple Armijo Royals and finally gets up inside the 10-yard line. But there's a flag on the play.
Leroy Bryant once again, his second interception, almost housed it. Would have been his third touchdown. I mean, he's really playing on rookie mode like we're in Madden, and he's just putting up video game numbers right now. We've seen both number ones dominating both sides of the ball, both sides of the field. A great play by Leroy Bryant, and we'll see what the refs have to say.
I'm pretty sure it was an illegal block or block in the back because it happened after the interception. It was right over here on Rodriguez's side. But it won't nullify the interception.
Yep, it will push them back very far, though, as Leroy Bryant was able to return that inside the 5-yard line. But the refs are pushing this ball all the way back to the 40.
Both against the Mustangs.
Boy, Leroy Bryant really showing off his skill level tonight. He's a big-time player.
Huge breakout game for Leroy Bryant, as he's shown flashes of being an elite defender and a receiver, but tonight he's really just showing off his skills and able to carry this offense.
Yeah, and he's a kid that I think could end up at a D1 school. He's got the size, he's got the ability, and boy, seeing that kid at practice, he's just a natural leader. Very confident.
And only a junior, still has another season under his belt, showing a lot of expertise and doesn't look like a rookie out there by any means.
So Rodriguez, instead of having the ball inside the 10-yard line, they're going to take over right about midfield. So 1st and 10. Rodriguez has the ball. Meadows set, takes the snap, gives it to Malachi Jones, breaks it to the outside. Finally wrestled down by number 10. It's picked up by number 17. Malachi Jones, Jamorian Johnson trying to catch him, but he can't.
That's
Cesar Torres. You got it, baby.
Cesar Torres again. He had the interception on the tip drill. This time he's able to recover the fumble. Malachi Jones, his second fumble of the game, and that is huge as they're able to recover it and take it to the house for 6.
What a huge turnaround. And Castro, I think, just got on the varsity roster. Big time play, man. So we're trying to figure out what's going on here. The officials
still yet to put the points on the scoreboard, and it looks like the officials are talking it over.
Did you see a flag?
He might have been down. I didn't see a flag.
I didn't either.
But I'm interested to see if they thought he was down before he fumbled. But I don't know. I thought he was down the first play of the half when he fumbled, and they didn't call that. And it looks like they actually did pick up a flag. And all of that is for nothing. It looks like Rodriguez will keep the ball, as there was a penalty on the play. So all of that for naught. A great return by Cesar Torres in his first game with already having an interception. And you can hear the boos coming from the Armijo fans. They're not happy about that call.
And I didn't see a flag, and I still haven't heard anything from the officials as far as what the penalty is.
A lot of confusion.
Rodriguez still with the ball. 1st and 10. Meadows going to pitch it wide. That's Gallen in, able to maybe pick up a yard or two trying to get around the corner. Nothing doing by that stingy Armijo defense.
Isaiah Medina again able to meet the running back and stop him before he can get to the outside. the linebacker, number 32, has been really their most important tackling defender so far today, as he's all over the field, just roaming across the defense.
He just has great lateral movement and really quick feet. All right, so Rodriguez actually lost 2 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 12. This time the pitch to Gallen. He stops at the far side. Now he's bringing it back to the near side, and he trips and falls. And there was green grass in front of him.
Wow, Keith Gallen looking like Reggie Bush, able to cut to the left and beat everyone to the outside, had everyone fooled. And, man, if he got to the corner, he was gone.
Oh.
But he trips over his own foot. You hate to see it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if Regalado, he had an angle. I don't know if he was going to be able to make that tackle. I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah.
So really just a pickup of 2 yards. It looked good, though.
Now they're with a 3rd and long. We'll see what Miles King comes up with here.
All right, so the ball at the 36-yard line of Armijo. 3rd and 10, probably 2 down territory here, though. Meadows set. He's going to drop back to pass. Oh, pressure. He is clobbered by Fortson. Have a seat, Mr. Meadows.
We saw McElvain on the other side. He forced him to turn around, and he gets blindsided by Fortson with a huge sack. And we'll see, I think they have to punt this ball and really try to pin them, knowing that their defense has been really great all game.
Please come to the announcer's booth. We have found your wallet.
Sounds like someone lost their wallet.
Madeline Frenzia, come to the announcer's booth. We have your
Okay, 4th and 17. Malik Dawson back. Let's see how that injury affects the kicking. And before we find out, that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. We got a ball game here for you, folks. Armijo up on Rodriguez. Remember, Rodriguez undefeated, trying to get to 6-0. Armijo trying to prevent that from happening. Should be a great 4th quarter of action.
score is the Royals 14, the Mustangs 12.
So when you look at this series, we were talking about this before. Rodriguez leading the series 13-6, and they've just dominated the last 15 years, winning 13 out of 15. So I can't tell you how much a victory would do for Armijo, especially under new first-year coach Don Mosley. Also, as we mentioned before, you got a lot of guys from Vanden, Levon Haynes, outstanding head coach in his own right. I mean, he was the coach of that 09 team at Vanden that almost was undefeated. Lost to a Rodriguez team. Dayon Buchanan was on that team. All right. Dawson set. Oh, and a booming punt. I think his leg's okay.
A great punt, and that will put them around the 10-yard line. And a really important punt from Malik Dawson, as they will put them on really tough field position, and the Royals are going to have an uphill battle to try to get across and into the end zone.
And I know he's kicking with the leg that isn't injured, but all your weight is going on the injured leg, and he really got under that one. That was one of the best punts I've seen from Malik Dawson. And they need it too. That backs up Armijo. I need you to move. All right. So favorable position here for Rodriguez to get a 3-and-out and get the ball back with good field position. Armijo trying to get something going here to start the 4th quarter. Concepcion throws it to his receiver. That's Regalado. That hasn't happened much, and it looked like Jeremiah Hill had him around the leg and wasn't letting go.
Yeah, Regalado with one of his few catches of the day. Coming in, we thought he was going to be the main target for Eddie Concepcion, but he has not been, and now we see Jeremiah Hill still on the ground.
There's an injured player on the field.
Can't quite tell. It looks like his back hand is on his hamstring.
Yeah, it looks like he might have
Hard to tell.
Popped his hamstring.
Also, too, in on the stop of that play was number 99, getting some play for Rodriguez. That's Fela Guthrie, junior defensive end.
Yeah, Fela Guthrie, we've seen him line up on the outside of that defensive front.
You know, that might be a cramp.
Yeah, that's the hope.
Yeah, he's bending his toe up. That's exactly what it is. Hey, we know it's not a broken ankle. So Jeremiah Hill, excellent article in the Daily Republic too on Jeremiah Hill. I believe it was in Wednesday's paper, and the impact he's made on the Rodriguez Mustangs. Well, he's up. That's good to see. Walking off there with Coach King.
And that's twice we've seen Coach Miles King single-handedly walk over and help his player up, really showing how his support and what he means to the Mustangs.
Yeah, with these seniors on the team, they've been with Miles for the last 3 years. He was the JV coach the last 2 years. For the juniors, he's been coaching them for 2 years now. And these kids, they love playing for him. And the rest of the coaches, both the Williams brothers, Ozzie, the defensive coordinator, Johnny Williams, excellent coach, really good football player from Armijo and Solano Community College. We got good coaches on both sides. All right, there's a handoff to Williams. He fights for a couple yards as we get play back here.
Trevor Cromie in on the tackle. We usually see him all over the stat sheet picking up a bunch of tackles. Today we haven't seen as many, but we'll see if he can start to get it going and really clutch up for this defense in the fourth quarter.
He's waiting for you to call him Cromie. Yeah, we haven't called his number as much as we usually do. See if he can come up big here for the Mustangs, fourth quarter. All right, 3rd and 5. Big third down right here. Mustangs need a stop. Concepcion throws it wide. He's got a receiver. That's probably Regalado. Makes a cut. No, that's Washington. And he's able to pick up a big first down. And looks like he's banged up again.
Yeah, we saw him a little hobbled earlier on the play before.
And it's a cramp too.
Wow, it looks like back-to-back cramps for both receivers for Rodriguez and the Royals. And it looks like he'll be okay. He gets up on his own. And Washington, really a huge game as he has both touchdowns, interceptions. I mean, he's been all over the field. Him and Leroy Bryant,
the two ones, like you said.
The two number ones are really the number one players on the field today.
All right, well, we got a ball game for you here on the Solano College Sports Network. A little over 10 minutes remaining. Still anybody's game and opening game of Monticello Empire League play. And Rodriguez, if they can get a win tonight, and if they can beat Wood next week, that's going to give them 7 wins. That should get them into the playoffs. Usually that third place team, if they're over 500 in the mail, they're going to get in. But they've got some work to do here. Concepcion set. He's going deep for Regalado, and he's got it just over the outstretched hands. That was number 9. That was Keenan Jones. Ball just over his hands right to Regalado. And we haven't heard much of this big passing combo tonight. They got a big chunk of yards right there.
Great positioning by Regalado, able to really fake out Keenan Jones. Keenan Jones tried to jump the route, thinking that he had a play on an underthrown ball, but that ball was perfectly placed right over the hands of number 9, Keenan Jones, and into the hands of Regalado. Damian Regalado starting to connect a couple catches together, able to carry this offense down the field.
And he's a tall, lanky kid. He's got good height at 6'2". All right, so the ball right about the 30-yard line of the Mustangs. Concepcion set, takes a snap, drops back to pass. He's going deep. He's got a receiver. He's covered, but he makes a catch. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Armijo. That was Guy Fortson.
I think that was Cesar Torres, number 17, with the catch. And what a ball by Eddie Concepcion. It looked like he just dropped back and threw it up. Really just praying for his receiver to come down with it, and he did. A perfect ball right over the hands of the defender. and into Torres' hands. Really the rookie, his first game, just got called up, almost had a fumble 6. Instead, he gets a regular touchdown on the other side of the ball.
I think he was down there.
Looks like he was actually short.
Yeah, unless they didn't change the scoreboard. Yeah, so he's on the 1 yard line. Here we go. Concepcion, he's going to take it in himself. Touchdown. So now 20-12 with 9 minutes left, and Armijo, they're going to go for 2.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to go for 2. And this is where Armijo, you really wish you had someone who could kick extra points, because the extra point, it makes it a 2-score game, and that is huge. A 2-score game with 9 minutes left in the 4th, that gives you a bunch of cushion for your defense. But now they have to go for 2, risking not getting it, leaving it a 1-score game. We'll see what play they draw up here. And this is a huge play for the Royals. Like I said, the opportunity to make it a 2-score game would be huge, and a really big blow for the Mustangs.
All right, big play right here. Just like my partner set it up for you. Armijo gets these 2 points. It's a 2-possession game. Concepcion going back to pass. He's got a receiver, and just outside of his outstretched arms.
And like I said, this is where not having a place kicker really kills you. The opportunity to go up by 9 points was there. Instead, they have to go for a pass, and it looked like it was again to Cesar Torres.
Yes.
Who almost had the touchdown. Instead, Eddie Concepcion, his quarterback, was able to run it in.
So Armijo, big score. Rodriguez, though, big stop, preventing them from getting that 2-point conversion. 6-point lead for Armijo. Excuse me, 8-point lead.
Rodriguez, with their back against the wall right now. We'll see how they face this adversity, down by 8 points with 9 minutes left in the 4th quarter, with the undefeated season on the line. We'll see what they can do here.
And if they do score, they usually bring in Dawson for that 2-point conversion. That'll be interesting to see what happens. But still, they got a lot of work to do to get to that spot.
Yeah, I think the special teams play right here, a solid kick return can really set them up for a great drive.
Let's see if they kick it deep or squib it again. Yeah, just a little mid-range. Oh, Malachi Jones got it and dropped it. Now he's trying to get to the outside. Gets by one man, cuts inside, gets by another, finally taken down at the 42-yard line. Pretty good field position for Rodriguez.
Jeremiah Hill on the grab. It looked like he bobbled it, dropped it, was able to pick it up.
Was that Hill?
That was Jeremiah Hill, who came off with the cramp earlier. Now we see him slow to get up, but able to pick up good yards. And he dropped his defender, number 50. Don't have him on the roster, but a huge return as they're able to put this ball at the 42-yard line. Only have to go 58 yards to get into the end zone.
All right, folks. Tension is building. Malachi Jones in at running back. Meadows in the pistol. Hill in motion. The snap, the give to Jones, off tackle, and he's immediately dragged to the ground. That was Medina over there, and number 30.
I thought I saw Aaron Castro.
15, baby.
Number 15, Aaron Castro, in on the tackle right there, and he was able to get in front of Malachi Jones and drop him to the ground, which is very difficult to do. Big tackle.
They've done a pretty good job on Jones tonight. All right, that brings up 2nd and 10. Meadows set. Throws to the far side of the field.
That ball was tipped at the line. It looks like number 13, that is Daly Sparks. The defensive end was able to tip that ball at the line, and that will be incomplete. And this will be a 3rd and long.
Big play for the Mustangs. Little over 8 minutes remaining. Down by 8. They'd like to keep this drive going. They need a first down right here. Meadows takes the snap. He's looking. He throws it over to the far side. He's got a catch.
Jamarion Johnson with the catch. Able to come back to his quarterback and had enough separation to get open and catch the ball. Tries to get upfield and is tackled pretty quickly. But a big completion right there. They needed a good chunk of yards, as at this point it's really 4-down territory, and they'll have a 4th and short, see if they can pick it up.
Yeah, probably going to be 4th and about 2 yards right here. Under 8 minutes now. Big play right here. Rodriguez needs a first down to keep possession. Armijo would love to get that ball back. Take some time off the clock. Meadows said he gives it to Jones. Jones cuts to the outside, and he's going to pick up the first down. Big time run by the senior.
Huge play. Big pickup by Malachi Jones. They needed that, as that was a first down with a 4th and short. Almost potentially had the game on the line right there here in the 4th quarter. And he's able to get out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. Give them time to find a play and keep driving down the field.
Timeout Mustangs, maybe, not sure. Ref's going over to talk to Miles King. Meadows over there too. I'm not sure what's going on here. Well, I don't think that was a timeout.
Looks like the ref blew the play dead before it started. Interesting little confusion tonight with the referees, but we'll see how this works.
All right, 1st and 10, big first down. Malachi Jones has it again. It gets to the outside and upfield. Big time gain by number 11.
Wow, and able to put his head down and really body Damian Regalado on the sideline. Tough running from Malachi Jones here in the 4th quarter, and this Mustangs offense is gonna need him to really carry like he has all season.
Well, you know what they say about Mighty Mouse, here to save the day. He's gonna need a couple more plays to do so. All right, another first down. Meadows has got it, gives it to Jones. Why not? Gets to the outside, picks up a couple yards there. Tough running by the senior running back.
The Mustangs have stayed on the attack with the running game. Relentless running all day. We'll see if they're trying to set up a little play action or a possible pass option and try to beat this defense over top.
All right, 2nd and 7. Meadows set. Is he going to give it to Jones again? Fakes it to Jones. Now he's looking for receiver. He's going deep. He's got a receiver and tipped away at that last minute. Was that Regalado, number 5?
Damian Regalado, huge defensive play right there. Saved a touchdown as the receiver was camped in the end zone right under the ball. And Damian Regalado able to swat that ball away. Huge play from the senior.
Boy, some kids making some big plays in this game.
Yeah, we've really seen the key receivers and cornerbacks making a bunch of plays today, as they have been all over the field making tackles, interceptions, catching touchdowns.
All right, about 6.5 left. Another big 3rd down on this drive. Meadows set. He's going back to pass. He's got a receiver and a big catch by Jamarion Johnson. He breaks a tackle.
Looks like that was the tight end. Tight end Gabriel Betrez with the catch. And it looked like the defender thought he might have dropped the ball. He kind of gave up on the play, and Betrez was able to keep going.
Boy,
and he brings that ball inside the 5-yard line.
I could have swore that was number 10. My old eyes are getting worse, baby. And you'd think
the 8 and 0 are very confusing, especially with the Mustang jerseys.
Yeah, that and about the 6-inch height difference. All right. So Rodriguez on the move. They're going to give it to Malik Dawson, and he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rodriguez.
Malik Dawson back from the dead. came out of the tunnel and was ready for the second half. Didn't see him at all on the offensive side of the ball until just now. Able to run it in for 6.
We going to see him again on the 2-point conversion here?
I think we will. The question is he going to be a decoy again, or are they actually going to give the ball to the big boy?
Here we go to tie it up. Dawson has it. He's got some space. He's trying to get in there, and he does!
Wow, they tie the game. Malik Dawson with a huge 2-point conversion, and this ball game is tied 20-20 with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
I'll tell you what, Cameron, when I saw Malik Dawson walking off the field at the end of the first half, I said, no way that kid's going to be back in the game. Then when we saw him, I thought, okay, maybe he's in to kick. He comes in at defensive tackle, gets off one of his best punts, and then not only scores the touchdown, but gets the tying 2-point conversion. Malik Dawson, get some.
Malik Dawson really competing with Leroy Bryant right now for this Mustangs player of the game. And he wants to get his hands on the ball, as he does there, able to score another touchdown on the season.
And that one, he actually busted it to the outside.
Able to bounce off the lineman, get to the outside, and just bully his way into the end zone.
So Rodriguez, boy, this has been a tough game for them tonight, but they just keep hanging in there, keep grinding, keep fighting, and they have found a way to tie this game up. But folks, still 6 minutes left. Anything can happen. And Rodriguez has struggled at times, stopping the potent passing game of the Armijo Royals.
Yeah, we see Malik Dawson again lined up for the kick. We'll see if they go for an onside here, if they play it safe and actually kick it down the field, relying on Malik's big leg.
All right, baby. You having fun, Cameron?
Lots of fun. This is a great game.
Isn't it?
Packed house, Friday night.
And this is your class. You're taking a college class right now. How fun is that? All right, here we go. All knotted up at 20. Dawson with the boot. It's a squibber. And it's fielded by an Armijo Royal who immediately goes down. Looks like the ball's at about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that looks like number 26, Kenneth Pascarella. Pascarella. Haven't seen a whole lot of him this game, as he is a running back senior. And he's able to stop and get on the ball, drop it down about the 35-yard line. Pretty good field position. And honestly, a pretty good squib for the Mustangs. Usually we see that ball around the 50-yard line, 40-yard line. That ball went a little bit farther.
All right, so Concepcion, long meeting with head coach Don Mosley and offensive coordinator Levon Haynes. He's got the plays. Armijo ready to go. They got a ways to go to take the lead in this game. 20-20, 6 minutes left. Concepcion set. Williams in the backfield with him. He's going to give it. He gives it to Williams, and he is stuffed. And there you see Trevor Cromie getting in to make a play. I think Babalouis Batrez was in there, and Certeza.
Batrez really having a huge game today. Both sides of the ball. Had the touchdown in the first half, had a tip pass, and right there a tackle for loss. A huge momentum play to start this drive for the defense as they're trying to get this ball back with time on the clock.
So Concepcion back in. Another play call. That one didn't work. Let's see what they dial up this time. 2nd and 13. Getting close to the 5-minute mark in this one, folks. It's been a dandy. All knotted up at 20. All right. So now Medina in the backfield, number 32, next to Concepcion. Concepcion, he's going to throw it to Regalado over his head, and it's almost intercepted by number 12, Christian Gordon.
Christian Gordon had a chance to make himself a household name with a huge pick right there. Instead, it's in and out of the hands. Another tipped pass. We've seen 4 or 5 of those today, with the tip passes by the receiver almost landing in the hands of the defender.
And Cameron, how many times do you see a game where the defense drops an interception, could have ended the game, and then the offense comes back and capitalizes? Let's see if the Royals can do that right here.
You know, they say there's a reason they're playing defense, and it's because they can't catch the ball. Not the case for everyone, as we do see Jeremiah Hill and Leroy Bryant on the defensive end, who are great pass catchers.
All right, there you see the center, Kendrick Salcido. That offensive line has been doing a pretty good job for the Royals. Concepcion looking for a receiver. He throws it over the middle. And I'm going to say Fortson, but you're probably going to tell me it was Castro.
No, that was Guy Fortson, number 11. And that was such a tight window for Eddie Concepcion right there. Great coverage from the Mustangs. And that'll bring up a 4th down. I think you have to punt this ball on your own side of the field. They haven't been going for it at 4th down. I don't know if they have a play that they would run at this point. I think the safer play is to trust your defense and punt this ball away.
Yeah, still lots of time. Little under 5 minutes remaining. Looks like Armijo has all 3 of their timeouts. Kaiba Washington back to punt. High snap, but not a problem. Gets the kickoff. It's kind of a low line drive. Takes a favorable bounce right there for Jeremiah Hill. He's looking for some green grass. Goes to the middle, and then he's stuffed by a host of Royal tacklers, led by number 13, Daly Sparks.
Jeremiah Hill able to catch that ball right in front of the defender's face and get his feet going. Great sprint speed from 0 to 10 as he's able to get around to the defender.
So the Mustangs have the ball. 4:44 remaining. Pretty good field position. Ball sitting at their own 40-yard line. And certainly right here, you do not want a turnover. Got to be disciplined. No penalties would be pretty nice as well. All right. Jones in the backfield. Meadows got it. Pitches to Jones. Jones to the outside. Gets by one man. Gets by another. Finally able to keep going. Boy, gets all the way into Royal territory there.
Malachi Jones has really showed up in the 4th quarter, at least as a running back. He has a bunch of yards leading this offense down the field, helping open up the passing game for Miles Meadows.
Mighty Mouse is here to save the day, baby. Get that kid a cape. Okay, don't overuse them. All right, here we go. Another 1st down for the Mustangs. They like to keep that going, but before we get to the next play, timeout by Armijo. Boy, and look at 77, Jericho Johnson. That kid's just a sophomore.
Wow.
Going to have him another 2 years.
Such a big sophomore. He looks like he'd be an Alabama recruit. Someone that D1 coaches would be drooling over at that size, at that age.
And Coach Mosley has those SEC connections. Never know. I'll tell you, a big game going on right now in SoCal. Mater Day and St. John Bosco playing, 2 of the top teams in the nation, duking it out in the all-powerful Trinity League down in Southern California. Probably best high school football in the nation. Texas would probably argue with that. But we've got a dandy right here, don't we? Rodriguez and Armijo, both out of Fairfield. And as I said before, Rodriguez, if they can somehow come out with a win tonight and get another win next week, that's going to really set them up nicely. 7 wins should get in the playoffs. There has not been a team in the playoffs from Fairfield Unified School District since 2010. Rodriguez the last time. All right, Meadows to Jones. Jones up the middle. He keeps going. Oh, another big-time gain right there.
Wow, it looks like he's falling down and he's able to fall forward for another 5 yards. Really strong running, and another relentless run for Malachi Jones as he's moving the chains for this Rodriguez offense, trickling the time.
And he just runs so low to the ground. It's almost like he's a heat-seeking missile.
Yeah, he shoots out right when he gets the ball. He's shot out like a rocket, and it's really hard to take him down.
All right, Jones again, up the middle. Positive yardage once again for Malachi Jones. So nothing fancy here.
Yeah.
Give it to 11, everybody block.
Looked like about a 5-yard run for Malachi Jones. Another positive run, and that's all they're asking for at this point. Really just milk the clock and put them in great field position so that they can be the last team with the ball.
So it looks like the ball now at about the 35-yard line. Again, Malachi Jones straight ahead. Man, this kid doesn't get tired.
Yeah, he's been in the game almost all game. And who else doesn't get tired is linebacker number 32, Isaiah Medina.
Right there.
Man, I would expect he's going to have potential double-digit tackles today, as he has been all over the field.
Yeah, and I would say Jones probably has 20 carries on the night.
Yeah,
close to that.
Relying on him. He's been the horse for this offense.
All right, so big third down once again. 2.5 minutes left. Meadows, he's going back to pass. He throws it up. He's got a receiver, and he makes the catch.
Wow, what a play. Leroy Bryant. I looked up, saw him trying to beat his defender to the sideline, assuming it was a go route. And I looked back, and it looked like it was a curl as he comes back towards the ball, able to make a nice diving catch, creating a 4th and short.
Yeah, big 4th down right here. Little too far out for Malik Dawson to try a field goal, so Mustangs going for it right here. Need to pick up about 5 yards to keep this drive going. Down to 2 minutes, almost. Meadows looking for a receiver, throws it. He's got him. And able to break a tackle and get up for the first down.
Jamorion Johnson with a huge catch there, picks up the first down on a 4th and 5. And that is a huge blow for the defense as he moves the chains, and this clock will keep running.
And now they're getting a little closer for Malik Dawson. And again, Malik Dawson, no stranger to game-winning kicks. He had one against American Canyon, second game of the season. Meadows to Jones again. Tries to get to the outside, but nothing doing. Great pursuit by the Royals there.
Great pursuit. As you just said, number 13, Daly Sparks, able to get to the outside and get Malachi Jones out of bounds, and that'll stop the clock. And you know, this Royals defense has really been spectacular all game, holding this Mustangs offense to very low yardage in comparison to the rest of their season. And this would be a huge blow late in the game to end up losing this game based on the running game, which they've been stuffing all night.
All right, so 2nd and 10. Nothing fancy with this drive. Meadows fakes to Johnson, throwing deep. He's got a receiver. Leroy Brown, touchdown Mustangs.
Who else? Number 1, and he has been number 1 on the field. His 3rd touchdown of the game with 2 interceptions, if I'm not mistaken. And wow, I mean, he's dominating tonight, and he takes the air right out of this the Royals crowd, and that is a huge catch, able to bring them up a touchdown. And although it is not 40-20, it is 26-20.
And I like where Meadows trusted his receiver right there. And why wouldn't you trust him, right? He catches everything you throw to him. But just a nice ball, threw it nice and high, and let number 1 go up and make another play. He's been making those all night. Rodriguez, for the first time tonight, they have the lead, 26-20. Now, they're going to kick it. They're going to go for 2.
And it looks like Malik Dawson's lined up in the backfield. You know what that means.
Meadows has it, gives to Dawson.
And he walks in.
No surprise there.
Walks in for 2 points. And that puts a bunch of pressure on the Royals as they're going to have to march down the field, score a touchdown, and match it with a 2-point conversion.
The one thing, though, with the Royals, it's not a decision. They're going to go for 2 anyway. I was almost thinking you might just kick the extra point and get that one. They're still going to have to go for the 2 points, but they've got to score first. Still lots of time, little under 2 minutes. And this Armijo team, there's no quit in them either. They've been fighting. This has been a dogfight tonight. Both teams laying it all on the field.
And if I'm not mistaken, Rodriguez, that's their first lead of the game, and it comes in the last 2 minutes of the ball game. That is great come from behind mentality and adversity the whole game that they've been down. Now able to take the lead, up 8 points. We'll see how Armijo responds.
Boy, you just love the competitiveness of both of these teams.
A clear rivalry, whether it's on the field or off the field. We see it from both
And I think
sidelines.
it's just going to grow too, with Coach King over with Rodriguez, Coach Mosley, first-year head coach with Armijo. They have both these programs heading in the right direction. I think this is just the start of what we're going to see in the next decade between these two teams. All right, here we go. Dawson, little squiver, and it's going to go out of bounds. So that's going to be a penalty.
A really tough break, and that's huge for the Royals as they'll get this ball at the 40-yard line. Due to the penalty, kicking it out of bounds, if they will accept, they'll get this ball at their 40-yard line, only needing 60 yards to go down and score. Definitely in the realm of possibilities, as we've seen these wide receivers take over and dominate, as the Royals haven't had much of a running game today. They've been relying on Eddie Concepcion and Kaiba Washington.
Well, I'll tell you what. I would have Leroy Bryant on Kaiba Washington.
One-on-one,
yeah,
and
got
they
it,
will
baby.
be one-on-one.
You're going to see Jeremiah Hill over here on this side with Damian Regalado, and then you got King Holmes. There's a quick throw, goes to one of the Royal receivers. Nice catch. Able to get upfield. It looks like he almost got into Mustang territory. We'll see where they spot it.
Yeah, Kaiba Washington with another catch, having a monster game. And, I mean, I sound like a broken record, but we've seen the number ones taking over, really being the number one players on the field.
And so Jeremiah Hill, I believe, is the corner on the other side.
And it looks like they have Christian Gordon lined up on Damian Regalado. We'll see if the Royals try to go after that matchup.
No, you got Jeremiah Hill back as a safety, along with Leroy Bryant. Throw goes to Regalado. He's trying to cut up field. Number 11 right there. Who's that? Mighty Mouse drags him to the ground.
And Gerald Certeza, the linebacker, also able to get in there and sort of push him over, the final push to get him down on the ground.
Yeah, and Concepcion just threw a nice high ball, let Regalado go up and get it, but two Mustangs right there.
And now the clock is running. It looked like there was some delay with the clock. Now it's running. We have 1:30 left. And we'll see if Armijo can get in the end zone right here. They're at their 50. Still a long ways to go.
Washington split wide to the far side of the far side of the field. Concepcion ready. He's going to give it to Williams that time, but nothing doing. Mustangs not fooled. Cromie right there to make the stop, along with a few other Mustangs.
Cromie and number 58, Kashawn Gresham, able to get him by his legs and bring Fortson down to the ground as he was lined up as a fullback right there. And that's a big play because that keeps his clock moving. Armijo has their timeouts, but they're not using them. Now down to 45 seconds on the game clock. We'll see if they have any sense of urgency.
Yeah, they don't seem to be in a hurry.
Down, they're still in the huddle.
All right, down to 30 seconds here. Tick, 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 tick. Snap, Concepcion drops back to pass. He's looking. Now he's going to take off, throws a little pass, but no connection there. Looked like he was going to King Holmes.
Wow, and that we'll see if that play comes back to bite them, as there was a lot of wasted clock there. They had almost 20 to 30 seconds wasted on that play just for an incompletion, which does stop the clock, giving them time to think over a good play without having to burn a timeout. But now they're facing a 3rd and long. And actually it looks like there's a flag, which will bring them back, which is a huge break for the defense.
So things looking a little bleak for the Royals here, going in the wrong direction. 20 seconds left, 2nd down. I was going to say they probably have time for another 3 or 4 plays, but with the clock management, I'm not sure.
Down to 20 seconds. We'll see what they do here.
All right. Concepcion surveys the field. Low snap. He's got to go down and get it. Comes up throwing. Heaves it deep to Washington, but 17 or 11 was there to make the play. Which one is that?
Bentley Williams, number 17, with one of the biggest deflections of the night as he stops Kaiba Washington from catching that ball, setting them up in great field position. And now the Royals are down to a 3rd and long with 12 seconds on the clock. They're going to have a big play, call a timeout, and they might be down to the last 2 plays right here.
Boy, big play there by the sophomore Bentley Williams. And we haven't called his number much, which is good if you're a cornerback.
Definitely good on the defensive side. Unless you're getting interceptions, you're more likely getting exposed.
12 seconds, 3rd and 20. Armijo needs a miracle. Concepcion drops back, looking, there's pressure. He gets by a Mustang, now he's got some open field, but excellent tackle. Christian Gordon comes up and makes the stop. There's 2 seconds left.
And they finally call their timeout as they will have 1 more left, although it doesn't matter because there's only 2 seconds, leaving 1 play left on the clock.
And they could be out of their timeouts too. We could have missed one.
They could be.
Because I'm for sure they would have used a timeout before.
Yeah, that's true. I would have to agree. And now, I mean, this is the last play of the game. It's now or never. They're at their 45-yard line. They got to go 55 yards into the end zone. And on top of that, they have to get the 2-point conversion. So they're definitely facing a steep battle right here in the last play of the game.
So you're saying they have a chance?
They have a chance. I wouldn't like it, but they have a chance.
Boy, you gotta love the heart of this Armijo Royal team. Again, I mean, they got blown out by Rodriguez less than a year ago. They lost 56-12. Now they're playing Rodriguez straight up in this game.
And really a crushing loss, as I would say this is the best game they've probably played all season against the undefeated Rodriguez team. And they really battled it out, having a great first half and great beginning of the second half. But Rodriguez was strong enough to finish it out in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, that's going to be 2 tough losses in a row for Armijo. But they're going to learn from that. They're going to get better. And again, they've got a good group of coaches here. I think they're going to get this program turned around. 83 years since Armijo has last been in the playoffs. All right, here we go. Concepcion, no chance there. He's taken down. Was that Baba Louie?
That was Baba Louie.
Baba
He gave her
Louie.
the Trez.
And so Rodriguez, boy, it wasn't pretty. And it didn't look like it was going to happen at times. But Rodriguez able to hang in there, overcome a lot of penalties and turnovers to get the victory tonight. What do you think about the game, Cameron?
I thought it was a great game. What I don't love is what's going on the field right now. This is really bad sportsmanship. Clearly a serious rival, back and forth, a lot of banter between both sides, but just a poor way to end the game. They came in, got the dub, stole it from Armijo, and finishing it like this leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And it looks like they're going to have to clear staff and players off the field.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator, Ozzie Williams right there, and he's getting mad at that. I don't know, the guy in the blue shirt. Yeah, boy, not a good look. And Miles will not be happy with that.
Definitely not.
That'll be something they'll get in order. But, too, with social media, kids going back and forth the whole week, there's a lot going on, and you're talking about teenagers.
Yep, a very intense game, both sides, a lot of banter, back and forth. And, you know, this is an emotional game, and sometimes the emotions get the best of you. But really, a great game we watched today, as Rodriguez was able to overcome the adversity they faced in the first half, not having a running game be successful, And in the fourth quarter, we saw Malachi Jones really take over, setting up the passes. And, I mean, what a game for Leroy Bryant. Leroy Bryant, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and he just dominated and carried this game.
Yeah, Leroy Bryant, and don't forget about Malachi Jones. Just all the tough, nitty-gritty running, especially in the fourth quarter. I mean, for a while, they were just giving it to 11 every play, keeping that clock going, marching down to get that game-winning touchdown with the 2-point conversion. Well, man, Cameron, we've had 2 really exciting games the last 2 weeks. That's going to do it for us here at the Solano College Sports Network. Another big victory for Rodriguez. They are now 6-0 on the season, still undefeated, get their first win in Monticello Empire League play, and again, sets up a big game next week against Wilsey Wood. If they can get by Wood, 7 victories, that sets them up pretty well, and we might just get a team from the Fairfield-Sassoon Unified School District back in the playoffs. Well, folks, we're going to be off for the next couple weeks. The next game we'll have for you will actually be at Vacaville High School. That's going to be the Vacaville-Vanden game, and then we'll be back here at Rodriguez for the Vacaville-Rodriguez game. We'll see how that goes. Well, for everyone here at the Solano College Sports Network, I'm Greg Poff. I'd like to thank all of you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.